Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not. No, that's not.
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me.
Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still in the stars with the show, and till then is half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof I'm a lie about a boat, no proof. I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, independent, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like another city, the driver's side fly. Gucci get large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, and cute as could be. You can watch us on YouTube with view for free. Ay, this one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Morning, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you.
How'd it do?
How'd it do?
How'd it do?
Let us get to our headlines brought to you by the new Palomino Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palomino Ford.
We got to go back to the black truck because the white truck ain't bringing no victories.
No.
Yeah. We
And
know.
We'll get to some hardwood action tonight later on. And everything goes on with the heat. But at the Kaseya Center yesterday, Frog Boy. Let's go, Lava! Wow, dude.
Can I just tell you, if there was 200 people there, 170 of them just rushed to the bathroom.
Woo! Yeah, because they were.
Wait, y'all didn't even have. So who played? Who played in this? First of all, you.
Oh, we had a stellar roster. Let me explain to you. We had Vlad, who may or may not have shot a ball in the last 5 years. We have Brian Barnes. Great hustle out there.
Intangible.
Oh yeah,
I like you.
He's got the grit. He's got the grit.
So his numbers didn't show up on the stat line.
No, a lot of cardio out there for Brian. A lot of
culture.
Yeah, for sure. Loved it. Great energy out there. Our secret weapon, Gabby, didn't know the rules. Did not know the rules of basketball. Of basketball. So it was great to explain to her what a double dribble was on the second play of the game. That was super. And me, on the other hand, MVP performance. I flirted with the triple-double.
Really?
Yeah, 2 points, 1 assist, and 3 rebounds.
Wow.
Flirted with the triple-double.
So,
and I dunked.
You dunked.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have the footage. We'll review it.
You touched rim.
Well, I mean, we'll review it to determine whether or not, because there's been dunks before that they didn't touch the rim.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Wait.
What's that?
So with all of the stuff that you have just explained about your teammates, y'all scored like 7 points.
I wish we scored 7 points.
Points did you score?
Points. What's points really in basketball?
Wait, y'all got skunked? Y'all got just bludgeoned?
Yeah, it was single elimination. We happened to go against the eventual champions in the first round. You know, it's no shame in getting eliminated by the champions.
Who
right?
was the champion?
Some questionable characters. I would love to see those 6'7" gentlemen answering phones at an accident medical group. I would love to give them a call. Suddenly, everyone on the team can dunk, but they're all answering phones for accident medical group. So that's great. Congratulations to them. Would love to see their work ID.
Who is accident? I thought it was a media game.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. It was a sponsor game.
Oh, a sponsor game. Okay.
Yeah. So AMG sponsored a couple people, if you know what I mean. I guess NIL really is.
They had ringers, is what you're saying.
I'm not accusing them of cheating, but I personally have never seen a 6'8" dunking man answer a phone at accident medical group. I'm just saying.
Wow.
But I will say, a lot of heart shown by my team,
by the lava.
That usually means one thing. Y'all got your asses kicked.
Well, look, I have the tape. We'll review the tape. We have highlights from yesterday's activities and highlights coverage. Oh, trust me, you're gonna want to see some of these highlights.
How many points did you score?
Okay, so
as a team.
5-minute halves, right? Running clock. It was 22-4. 4?
Dude. So
Woo!
they were swatting it all over the place, right?
Oh, they didn't have to. Trust me, they did not even have to, my friend. They did not. Once I show you these highlights, they felt, yeah, there was definitely pity shown upon us, and I appreciate them for that.
Like each basket was worth 2 points,
2 or 3, yeah, depending on what you shot, 2 or 3.
so you scored 2 baskets as a team.
Correct, and I'd like to say I assisted on the only other basket and scored the only other basket. So
Wow,
dominant performance by me.
a regular LeBron James.
Well, I could tell by the pictures.
Oh yeah,
The picture you sent me of your team.
yep.
I'm like, they didn't do well.
Flirted with a triple double though.
You got a triple single.
Flirted with a triple.
You flirted with a triple single.
We really showed lava spirit out there.
Lava.
You
There
guys
was
moved at the
nothing
speed
that
of
you
lava.
explained that said lava.
Yeah,
That's what happens after lava freezes
no, we were very slow
and becomes rock. That's what happened to y'all post lava.
We probably moved at the pace of lava, so that's probably where we got our name from. But yeah, look, I think it's safe to say
I need to see some footage.
Yeah, I got some footage. Look, I don't know. Look, we're 10 minutes in. We'll finish these headlines. I know you have to talk to us about something special at the end of this.
Yes.
But trust me, I got a whole highlight reel. If you're listening right now, do yourself a favor. Make your way on over to the YouTube and Twitch, Miami 560 WQEM. You're going to want to see, and I need your opinion, did I or did I not dunk?
I'm going to say you didn't.
Okay, well, you haven't seen the footage, so what do you
First of all,
yeah,
I don't think you can jump over Sunday's newspaper.
All right, well, I guess we'll see. You know, the footage will tell us.
And you wasn't nowhere close to the rim like that if your team only scored 4 points.
I had a couple. Okay, do you understand what it is to have to explain the rules to your team as you're playing the game? If I would have known that they didn't know the rules, I probably would have taken a different route.
Did Vlad even shoot?
Oh, did he? Yeah.
He's out there building a brick house.
He's a brick house. He did his best. He did his best. He did his best. He was very, sometimes the chicken and the egg, and you don't really know, and we were in cement out there.
So it's safe to say if Spo saw you, he wasn't using you guys as inspiration for his own team.
Yeah, no, he'd be like, look, guys, at least it's not that bad. That's what he'd say.
But it is, though. But it is, Spo, it is.
Look,
It
I think it's safe to say that we did enough losing on the court yesterday to wipe Miami clear of their debts. Whatever debts they're paying to the basketball gods have been cleared.
Man, that's something. Leroy, tell us what Bernie's got going on here, man. There's got to be way better energy than what was going on yesterday at the Frog Boys game.
It's got to be. Guys, we all know about BK, and we know his, story about the concussions and the surgeries and things like that. But here's what he did. He decided that food is medicine and changed what he put into his body. So he started creating wellness products and has finally released Kosar Coffee, an organic coffee that is infused with vitamin D and resveratrol, which is nature's miracle antioxidant. This combination of ingredients is only exclusive to Kosar Coffee. And to get it, all you have to do is go to kosarcoffee.com to order your game-changing coffee. Also, Kosar Coffee apparel can be found on kosarcoffee.com. And for the coffee, we have an exclusive discount for our listeners. Just use code Leroy. You'll get a nice little friendly discount. If you get some apparel, go check it out. I got a sweatshirt and a shirt. I showed you the shirt. I probably should have been in a sweatshirt at PT this morning because it was cold. But there's something that Bernie always believes, and you hear him say it all the time. You deserve to be healthy because you matter.
Got what you
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Take you up until 2 here on the program. Heat back on the hardwood tonight, taking on the Sacramento Kings. Tip-off set for 7:30 from the Kaseya Center. 6:15 is pre-heat. Duncan Robinson, he is going to miss tonight. He's in concussion protocol.
What?
Yeah. Didn't have the bubble guts.
Second time we've had someone with a concussion, I've never heard of that before in basketball.
I don't remember the first case.
Well, they get elbows. They get hit by elbows, and very rarely is it like football where most of the time you get it from hitting the ground.
He actually, I think, did snap back and hit on the ground. It was against the Knicks, and then apparently was suffering symptoms once the game started. And then Haywood Highsmith, yeah, I remember that. He got drilled. He got drilled pretty bad. But yeah, he's done with that. We'll hear some more of the practice in a bit. But okay, so this is this is the time of year where we're like going through the hiring cycle with the Miami Dolphins, and we're trying to figure out who's going to be the defensive coordinator, but also it's rumor season, right? And Vic Fangio, we talked about this yesterday, was some shade being thrown his way about didn't want to listen to anybody, one-man band, the old don't like ideas. But now Vic Fangio is getting defended by none other than Ron Jaworski, Jaws and Fangs.
Of course.
So Ron Jaworski was on WIP, our sister station. They're the station that had a "you dead to me" guy. You're on notice. I think he retired though. But Ron Jaworski was on with them, and he said that coach's coach. This is from Adam Beasley's Pro Football Network. He said, "Coach's coach. I have connections as well throughout the league, and I hear another side of that story. That there were some players on that defense that didn't want to work, didn't want to put in the time, didn't want to put in the effort, didn't want to make a commitment to being successful. Guys like to party at night, and South Beach is a great place to party." What'd you know, Jaws? And Vic tried to get those guys and push those guys to become harder workers, better athletes, and more committed to the team. And he couldn't get through to those guys. Those were the guys that Vic was pushing, and those guys are whining right now.
Well,
there you go. Ron Jaworski.
I mean, the defense kept him in a lot of games. So what are we complaining about?
Yeah, that's a great point.
Right? Like we're sitting here acting as if they gave up 40 points a game, and it didn't work because the defense wasn't doing what he wanted. That wasn't the case. If not for the defense, this team would have had a collapse equivalent to what happened to the Eagles. If not for the defense.
The collapse.
We're sitting here after the success, after the defense actually holding up their end of the bargain. We're complaining about the defense and the defensive scheme and the players and the coaches. It seems like that should be happening on the offense.
Also, like, what sounds more likely? Like the guys who have been, I guess, subtweeting about it or putting things out there into the ether. Like, we're really saying that Javon Holland and Jalen Ramsey are partying too much. Like, these guys, like, one guy has been one of the most established cornerbacks in the league, has the respect of everybody.
Right.
I mean, if you're talking about the rookies, like, he never got Cam Smith on the field. Like, if you're talking about something like that, okay, I don't know. I can't.
And let me be clear.
Speak for it one way or the other.
Let me be clear. Right? You all know how I am with young guys, right? Because I was a young guy and my ass wasn't in gear my rookie year either. So I'm always going to at least understand, right, a young player's plight. Like I understand it. You got to fight through it. You got to, become a professional. But I'm going to be a little more understanding in that you got to find better ways to reach them. You got to get through to them. They're young players. This is new to them. They haven't been in the league for 30 plus years like the coach. So you got to get to them. That's your job, right? To get the most out of all the talent that you have, however you have to do it. So this is now 2 times I'm hearing with coaches, right, that have basically folded up shop on players, on young players, without doing their damn job, and that's getting the most out of those players.
The other thing with it, with Jaworski saying that it was a play, like it didn't seem like the fallout of it was just players. It seems like there was a fallout with the coaching communication as well.
Look, it's here, and understand this. You have to weigh all of the options when you have a team, right? Like, if the success outweighs the things we have to deal with, i.e., we had Bill Belichick and Nick Saban on the same staff. Think about that, right? And our defense fought with Nick Saban tooth and nail, but they were like the best defense in the league. And when he left, they all cried, even though they hated it. So that's part of being a professional too, is understanding the big picture and understanding that as a group, we are better with this guy as coach and dealing with it. I don't know how much of that comes into play. I don't know how much, the communication gap is, because you have an offensive coach and a head coach whose approach is totally different than the old school coach in Fangio, right? Maybe the defense was looking across going, why can't our coach be like that? We would be more responsive to that.
Well, I think that's definitely a thing that seems around the league. Like the younger coach definitely is taking a place over the more established rigid guy. Look at Belichick. Belichick got frozen out really in this hiring cycle.
Right.
And everybody's looking for the young hot shot, whether it's offense or defense.
Right.
That just seems to be the way the league is going.
But it's even with that, right? We've had older coaches adjust. I remember one of the most famous ones was Coughlin when he was in New York. Some of the veterans went and talked to him and said, "Hey, man, like we got a good team. You're basically ruining it with all of your antics." And he said, "You know what? Guys came and talked to me. I realized I got to take a different approach." Took a different approach. They won the Super Bowl. Some old coaches don't feel like they have to do that. Right? And now think about this. As great of a coach as Vic Fangio is, right? When you hear the stuff that's happening just as a defensive coordinator, imagine how it went as a head coach.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
You see what I'm saying? And so while these great coaches get these opportunities, I'm starting to realize that the most important aspect of being a head coach is the communication and relationships that you have with your players. If at any point in time that's not good, then the production is not going to be as good as it should be. And we look at all the coaches that have struggled in that area, it's all centered around that one thing, right? Look at the relationship. Look at what we thought of Man Campbell. And look at how much the players love him.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, it's like, I see a lot of people on the chat, Dolphin Kane, saying the players wanted to be babied, and, look at Cam Smith's scouting report. And it's like, I don't think the Dolphins are making a hiring or firing simply over Cam Smith. Like, you're not going to do that over a guy who's not playing the entire year. But if Jalen Ramsey has an issue with it.
If Jalen Ramsey and Javon Holland have a problem, guess who's going to be here?
Right.
So if you're a head coach and you're looking across the ball and you're like, two of my best players have issues, and then you know what you do as a head coach? You go ask a couple of other players, right? You ask a couple of guys, maybe you go ask a Christian Wilkins. Maybe you go ask one of the veterans. You ask a Bradley Chubb. Now, Bradley Chubb has had his two best seasons when Vic Fangio was the coach.
Yes.
So he might have a different opinion. You ask him, right? You ask everybody just to get an idea of, hey, is my defense going to respond to this guy? Is my defense going to be able to play their best style of football with him as a coach? Scheme-wise, great. But you need your team to be all in, especially defensively, because they got to be committed to doing some things that might be uncomfortable. And you have to be a coach to relay that message to them. And sometimes it can't just be because I know what the hell I'm talking about.
The other thing too is, like, I know if people have a problem with it, if Mike McDaniel does care about the players' input, but he doesn't have the same footing, because like we've seen the interactions with him and Jalen Ramsey seem pretty strong, but if he doesn't have any input on the defense because you have such a rigid old man there, that chain of command needs to be shaken up, because as a head coach, you want to be able to have your input, especially as you establish yourself more in your career.
Right. Well, again, not as much as
not
you
like
would
calling I'm not saying him calling
Right.
the defense. I'm just saying, like, to have that communication line. So like, hey, Fangs, I'm hearing this from Jalen Ramsey, and Fangs is like, man.
Well, no, because you can't here's what you can have, right? You can't have a defensive player go over the head of the defense coordinator and go to the head coach and tell the head coach what he thinks is going to happen. How do you think that interaction is going to go? You see what I mean? But you do have to have some level of communication with your stars. And it's not a matter of being babied, right? Like, some of the best teams always have the feeling that between the organization, the coaches, the training staff, the star players, and the guys on special teams, that we're all in this together. At any point in time, if anybody on that team, and I'll tell you how this happened with a player, right? But if anybody thinks or anybody gets the feeling that it's them and us, then you're not on the same page. And we saw this with a player, with Russell Wilson in Seattle, right? Everybody started getting the idea or the feeling it was him and us. It wasn't just us. And that started showing on the field with how they responded, how when mistakes were made, how they reacted to them, right? And so if you're all in this together, that 1 yard pass on the goal line has a whole different meaning than it did, because everybody looked at the offense and went, what are we doing? And they all felt, oh, we trying to get Russell Wilson his flowers when we got a beast in the backfield that can get a yard with anybody, against anybody.
Yeah. I just think, look, I think Vic did a decent job. I don't think it was all, I mean,
with
like
all
you
the
said,
injuries, he did a
with
hell
all
of a
the
job.
injuries, I think, to be fair, like, the guy did a good job. I just think that the coach and Mike McDaniel wants to have control of his own career too. He had a defense coordinator that he inherited from Brian Flores, they kept. Then they went super old guy, super established. It wasn't the best relationship. I don't love the fact that they're always shaking things up, but I kind of get it if I'm Mike McDaniel, especially if I'm going into this very, very critical third year where there's going to be a lot of pressure on him.
Here's the deal. It's okay to shake it up on defense. Here's where you can't shake it up. You can't keep shaking it up with any person or anybody that has direct contact with your quarterback, right? We've seen quarterbacks all over this league who have struggled coming out of college. And what is the first thing they say? He's had 2 or 3 offensive coordinators and quarterback coaches since he's been into the league. How is he going to be successful? You definitely need some consistency around Tua, right? On defense, you can change it up to some extent, but whoever comes in, it's not going to be a complete overhaul. It's not going to be a situation like when you bring an offensive coach in, the whole offense changes.
We'll take a quick break. Back more to this.
hot and so hot and so hot and
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy. Take you up until 2 here on the program. Got some fodder and chatter to get to surrounding the Miami Heat. So we'll get to that coming on up. But we also will be talking to a couple of fighters. We got a main event coming on up this week. BKFC is back at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino.
Is our man Yuli fighting anymore?
He is, yeah. He fought in Dada's promotion pretty recently, and he won.
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah. He signed. He signed with Dada's promotion and got a big win. He has the fastest knockout, I think, in combat, or maybe somebody broke it recently, but he had the fastest knockout of all time, 3 seconds. I think somebody got it in like 2 recently, but
wow.
Yeah, I gotta look. I'm pretty sure that happened, but I was there in person when he did the 3 second knockout. That was crazy in BKFC. But Luis Baboon Palomino, he'll join us later on in the program, as well as Austin, no doubt Trout, who once fought Canelo very well, and they're fighting each other now coming up at the Guitar Hotel on Friday. But another big main event that happened yesterday was. Do I really have to call the team, Marcos?
Let's go Lava!
The Audacy Lava.
That's right. Come on. Here it goes, baby. Here comes the lava. Slowly rolling down the hill.
I feel like I just had just bad food.
There we go.
The Audacy Lava lost to some medical assistance office. That Marcos claimed. Yeah, Marcos claims had Lamar Odom and Carlos Boozer and other ringers that were playing for them. So do you have any footage of this? Because you claim that you dunked.
Yeah, I did. Okay, I need a little. I mean, look, there's a little discrepancy, I can admit, but much like Blake Griffin has had that discrepancy. When you're just up there so high, you throw the ball down at the thing, so it's just weird. People are like, is that a dunk?
So this was your lone basket.
Yeah, for sure. But look, let's just get to the footage. I'll let my play do the speaking. How about that? Lava!
I got muscle. I'm a wall out there. They call me the white worm. Dennis Rodman, but white.
Break the net!
The key is take as many shots as you want, because it's probability, right?
Yeah.
Big shot. You take 50 shots, you're gonna be fine. 1, 2, 3,
Lava, it's the lava. All right, cool. So let's start this breakdown early of the footage. You're muted, Tobin. Let's start this breakdown.
You've gotten advice from Paul, our sales guy.
Yeah.
To shoot as much as you want. Brian from promotions calls himself the white worm.
White worm, like that.
For intangibles.
Yep.
And J-Fig, not surprisingly, is choosing violence because she wants people to break each other's legs.
For sure. So as you can see, the vibes were high from the beginning. The energy was there for sure. It didn't necessarily last long.
Hey, J-Fig, this is for you.
That's for me!
Frog Boy here. I'm here with the team Audacy Lava.
Who's your greatest competition here?
Myself. I'm probably myself. I'm my biggest critic. So if I'm not really making it, it's a testament to how much harder I need to work. I'm looking for an MVP performance today. I'm thinking 400 to 450 points, potentially. Slightly off of that. Check out this movie. Oh, yes. Up back.
Marcos, no assists. You have no impression on like Pete Wade?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I had I was focused mainly on swag points. I figured we would have some sort of issues to compete athletically, but if we can get them with the swag points, then maybe we'd be able to win the audience's hearts.
How long have you had those compression pants?
Since they actually fit, maybe about a year and a half ago. Yeah, now they're super compressed now. They work really well. They work really well. But yeah, you have to be slightly impressed with that move. Do you see how
I
low?
was impressed. You got some globetrotters going on there. Globetroggers.
Okay, all right.
No assists. All me.
Who's on your team?
Scrubs. Let's go Lava. What do we do about the fact that they're way more athletic than us and way taller than?
Okay, hold on. Let's break down. And I'm serious about these heights. I may be an inch or two off, but
even the girl's 6'2".
The girl, I tell you what, she was way better than anyone on our team. But you'll definitely see that. Look at these people. Do you think these people work for Accident Medical Group? Do you think these young, fit people?
Maybe.
The one looks like Higgins on the right.
What does Accident Medical Group do? They like do they help you in an accident, or are they just like are they like ambulance chasing?
I don't know. I think they travel around the country playing amateur basketball for all I know. Based off what I saw yesterday, everyone on their team can dunk. Even the guys that aren't 6 feet, every single person on their team can dunk.
Even their coach looks like he could be on Spo's staff.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you know who our coach was?
No.
Also me, baby. So yeah, not good. But
a regular Bill Russell.
Us. We gotta milk the clock. Milk the clock. Let's go. Go Lava. Still working on it. Yeah, we got this, Lava.
Dad hates that name.
We got this. Yeah, Team Lava. We're all right. There's no way we're gonna be able to beat this team. They're athletic. They were doing athletic stretches. There's no way they actually work at that place. My only hope is to wonder how well can I fake an injury. Yeah.
We got shooters!
Take it, Gabby. Take it.
All right.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh my goodness!
Okay.
Oh my goodness! Wait, she crossed over.
Okay.
We got that one-on-one matchup.
Well, he did touch red.
Here, backing him down with the spin move to the bucket. Bang.
Yeah, I'm injured. My ego.
Time.
I'm glad didn't even come close to hitting shots.
Nope. Oh, look at this, baby. It's grit.
Yeah, it's nice of you not to give him the spine buster.
Blue. No mercy.
This is rough, guys. Children, hide your eyes.
Oh my goodness, she's crossing people over.
Well,
Oh my goodness. She's breaking ankles.
No! Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Are we playing again? Don't make me go through that again.
All right, guys, hold on. This is
gonna be your basket. I'm hoping.
This is where I need a little bit of
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Let's go back to that girl who crossed over everybody on the team.
Woo! Yeah.
Well, she crossed up. First of all, I thought it was Gabby from the beach. I didn't know we have another Gabby here.
Me too. I found out it was not.
When you told me it was Gabby when I thought it was Gabby from the beach, I thought, oh, that's got to be hilarious. Her wanting to learn basketball because we know Gabby. Gabby one time, Gabby is like one of the sweetest people in our building. She one time asked because she was biking one time and asked, "Hey, does Leroy know a Desmond Howard?"
Yeah.
It was like that's how little she knows about sports or cares about sports. I was like, yeah, they know each other. They're familiar. Couple of Michigan Wolverines. So I thought that was the Gabby that you guys were playing with.
Yeah, same. I was under that impression, and I was like, good. She's a biker. She has great cardio, and she has some height on her, And she takes direction well. If I tell her stay in front of this person, she'll probably stay in front of that person.
No, nobody wasn't staying in front of that girl because she had whoever Slim Shady was who was guarding her. Yeah. She almost broke her ankles, tore her ligaments, blew a hip out, all on one series.
Yeah, the question is, can she run a pick and roll with Bam?
Honestly, based off what I saw yesterday, yes. There's the girls had to stick to girls, and it's not because of anything, other than they just wanted to make it fair. Yeah, they did us a favor because guaranteed I would have suffered the same fate in front of her too. Very shifty. Very shifty.
Oh my goodness.
So right now it says on our YouTube Twitch page, your reel here says, and then it happened.
It happened, yeah.
What is it?
I'd like to say one of the more glowing moments.
Because I've literally seen no highlights from you in this, other than you picking up that guy who, basically gave you the business under the rim.
No, that was tough. That wasn't anything. He didn't give me any business of any sort. That was me.
Look at this.
Sure.
She's gonna break. Look at this. Oh my god.
Oh,
God.
Look at the coach's reaction. Oh god.
Yeah, got a little too aggressive. You got to slide your feet. You can't just go for the ball.
Really? Tobin, you would have got crossed over there.
No
when
shot.
You went between the legs.
No shot, dude. I'm not gonna get that aggressive for it. I'm not Jimmy Butler looking for a steal. I'm just gonna try and stay in front.
Oh, you think? Okay. Oh my goodness.
Use my wingspan.
Oh my goodness.
Well, look, we put up a valiant effort, and then it was time to break.
By the way,
2-4.
Yeah, you lost 22-4. I haven't seen a basket yet.
Yeah, okay. So the first one, my assist to Gabby, for give her credit, she scored.
So she scored. So one of your buckets that was scored was somebody who's never played the game of basketball in her life.
I mean, she took 14 shots.
Oh wow! She came in with the green light.
When I tell you, when J Fig said we got some shooters, she took that personally because I think at the end of the day, Vlad was probably 0 for 4. Brian was maybe 0 for 3. I was 1 for 4, and she was maybe like 1 for 13. And I was like, you got that green light, girl, don't you? Anyway, let's go ahead and get to the most epic play. Clearly, this is the dunk.
If I just believe it, there's nothing to it. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day.
Okay. First of all, can I just tell you?
Yeah.
You went in the air with the enthusiasm of a person that was going to do a windmill dunk.
I did, more or less.
But you came down real fast and realized, this is going to be a layup.
Check out the chat. Dunk totally. That's a dunk. This is a dunk. Based off of, look, you can see what was going through my brain. I had images of Dwight Howard with his Superman cape on. Look at the gather and the build up. I'm open. Right here, I'm open. Give me the ball.
There's nothing to it.
Whoa!
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky.
Click your heels.
Oh my! Can I just tell you?
Pretty good.
When you went up and spread your legs and did this, I was like, and then
in my brain, the rim was a little bit closer than that. I'm not sure if maybe J-Fake took liberties with this video.
No, dude, listen, you're a regular D Wade with the body control.
Look at I just go, oh, look how scared.
I mean, if you show the beginning of that, it looks like, wow, you might actually get there. But then when you get right there and start going down, you realize, no, he's not.
You see how nervous the defender was underneath the hoop there, hand on his hip. Clearly, he was worried about what was going to happen to him.
He thought that was going over the backboard.
Well, at that point, the score was probably 20-2. So why get hurt?
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
I'm telling you what, forget all the dudes who tried to dunk.
Yeah.
The girl crossing your whole team over is what caught my attention.
It was almost
and here's the problem.
Yeah.
Y'all cowards.
Why?
Y'all sent the girls out there to go guard her.
Yeah,
and
that wasn't a rule.
She needed to have some more
Bro, this isn't the NCAA. Like, there's no way that they demanded you guard the girl. You didn't want to guard the girl.
Right, because you didn't want to get crossed over.
J-Fix saying you took liberties with this video editing.
What do you mean?
We didn't get to see any of the misses.
Oh, I mean, how much time do you have, sir? I don't know.
I mean, we would have liked to see some. I mean, you made it go out here. You're trying to turn yourself into Tyler Hero.
No, I think I'm more of like a Blake Griffin. You see that
Dude,
form that I had up there?
I'm gonna tell you what. Back to this girl crossing everybody over.
Yeah,
I got some strain in my knee ligaments watching
yeah, she was good.
it. Like, holy smokes.
She was good.
Oh. And then you got to so the girl that was guarding her, Gabby,
Yes,
she took all the shots.
she did. She took quite a bit of shots as she was attempting to find out what a double dribble was, what checking the ball meant, and all these other things. She was like, "Well, I can still shoot, though, right?" And I was like, "All right, cool."
C-Dub says flying frog.
Look at that, dude.
But I'm telling you, when he took off,
Yeah, it was
I was
impressive.
like, it had a whole bunch of problems, but your ass came down real
I got to
fast.
be honest with you, though. I think J-Fig's right. Like, I would like to see the video without a Dwight Howard silhouette over you while this is happening. If I could just have the raw footage, I would like to examine this a little bit more, like Ron Rothstein's Ron's Rewind.
I mean, because you did it in slow motion.
Yeah,
So
I'd like to see.
hung-
I'd like to see actual speed if we could.
You hung up in the air a little bit longer than reality.
Yeah, it was about half a second. But I will say everyone was just so impressed by the athletic ability that it's okay. I'll show you in fast motion, normal motion, slow motion. It's still impressive. And it's also still 2 points. Let me add that.
I mean, it is 2 points. You're right.
That's right. 50% of the team's points, 100% of their assists. Got some rebounds, though. Tell you what, got some rebounds.
Well, they wasn't doing a whole lot of missing.
Yeah, thank God it wasn't make it take it. Oh my God.
We'll take a quick break. We got a flaming hot Miami Heat take that went national yesterday. We'll get to that coming up next.
It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Valoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
Our Tua of the program, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Little mellow into that.
I can't dig deep today like I normally do.
All right.
Can't dig deep. I'm trying to have some tea, make myself feel better.
What the hell? Yeah. What's going on with you today?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. Started feeling it yesterday. Went and got an early dinner with the family at Outback. Oh, let me tell you something, dude. The old love a dinner at Outback before 6 p.m.
Oh, do they?
They love a dinner at Outback before 6 p.m.
I got to tell you though, I'm one of those people that now I like to eat earlier, not because of anything other than this. I like to eat before I get in front of my TV. I don't want to be chasing food around. So if there's a Heat game, a Panthers game, or something I want to watch on TV, I want to get out to get food or cook or whatever before that's done.
Dude, what's worse than the delivery guy coming right during the football game? I'm just, what? Then like like his card reader doesn't work or something like that. Like right as something critical is going on.
Right.
Just it never fails. Never fails. Let's get to some headlines here. Brought to you by the new Palomino Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palomino Ford.
We know trucks.
So
I almost got some of that phlegm. Caught myself though.
The Lakers got smoked last night.
Did they? Ooh.
Got killed by the Hawks. And if you guys saw this, but LeBron James was asked about his teammates yesterday, and then he got cut off by Lakers media relations. He goes, glad you cut me off because, and then just kind of ominously would have said something about his teammates if the Lakers media didn't cut him off. And then in the wee hours of the morning, LeBron tweeted, you have this, J-Fig? LeBron James tweeted an hourglass emoji with the sand running out. Well, did things just not get interesting here before the trade deadline?
Hey. You are a piece of work. No, you're a piece of work because for the last 5 years, 6 years, I have been listening to you go off on LeBron, been listening to you, don't want him, can't come back, all of this, right? All of these things. And now you're like, LeBron?
All I'm saying is interesting. But, this is one of those things where, does he look across to the other coast and he goes, you know what? Two situations not going great right now. Maybe it's for the best. Maybe it's time to mend fences. Maybe he's ready to, make amends with the Heat organization completely. It's definitely softened from the time of the most petty. A lot of people have laid down their petty staff.
No. All we care about is you bum. Stop trying to put it on others.
Oh, I just found it interesting. That's all. Found it interesting.
So wait a minute. Let me get this straight. And let me understand this. See, because I'm all about understanding, my friend. I want to know where you're coming from before I just accuse you of something. If the Heat were to make an announcement that they have traded for LeBron James, your excitement level would be what?
I don't know if excitement is the word I would put.
Marcos, then -1 for lying.
Why?
Because we know you're lying. There's stop it.
What?
Why can't you be honest?
I am being honest.
No, you're not.
Dude, I mean, like,
wait.
Time's up emoji.
You're gonna come in here going,
I don't know. Hard to say. I gotta see what the deal is.
No, it's not hard to say.
You gotta see what
It's
the deal
not
is.
hard to say. You're unbelievable. You are a piece of work. You're just fraudulent.
Am I?
Yeah.
How so?
Look, how so?
If you can pick up LeBron James at the trade deadline, that's a hell of a swing.
Now all of a sudden, listen to how understanding. It's funny how understanding a person could be when their team lose 7 straight. You open for all options, right?
Tough 2 weeks.
When they were number 1 in the conference, he didn't care. He didn't give a rat's ass about LeBron. Now all of a sudden, he'll kick the tires on LeBron because they lost 7 straight.
Seven straight will make you say some crazy things.
No, it'll make you do some crazy things, and it'll make you totally like just be the opposite of what you've been for the last 7 years.
It's been 7 years already.
You're the worst. Come on. Am I the only one that thinks this is fraudulent behavior?
10 years. Wow. You know, time does heal wounds.
No, it doesn't.
Time does heal wounds.
You're not the king of petty because you healed wounds.
I'm not the king of petty anymore. I'm a different guy.
No, you're not.
I'm a different guy.
No, you're not.
I am.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Sweetener.
Stop. Wouldn't that be something if he came back and then won another championship with Kevin Love?
Wouldn't it?
With Kevin Love?
It would be something. Wouldn't they love each other? You know? Hate starving hand. Time's up. Interesting.
Is that time's up or time is running out?
Hard. I think in the emoji, it looks like time's up.
There's no sand up. There's no sand up top, buddy.
What if he looks like? What if he goes into Jeannie Buss's office and he goes, "Jeannie, it was a good run. It's time for me to go, but there's only one place I want to go. There's only one place I want to go." And of course, Jeannie's going to call up Pat Riley because the Lakers' Heat connection is strong. She's going to call up Pat. Pat's going to be like, interesting.
Can't play hardball, Pat.
I don't think he can play hardball, but also he is a free agent next year. I think he knows he's got him by the cajones. So,
wow.
Yeah, he's got a team option.
Ooh.
So, interesting.
Team option.
Or player option, excuse me.
I was going to say, they gave LeBron a team option?
Player option. No, that means
LeBron gave them. LeBron wasn't giving them a team
very
option.
insulting for LeBron to have a team option. No, of course not. Yeah. But yeah, he has a player option. Yeah, so I don't know. What do you make of that, Leroy?
What do I make of it?
Yeah, what do you make of that?
Why would they do that?
I make of it unlike you. I make of it like this. Looking at this team, something needs to happen. Right? I don't know what, but I got to imagine that Pat is looking at this team and saying some of the same things you've said. It's been 5 years. Yep. And we're still having the same conversations. So we need to get somebody else or another player to kind of change, the attitude and, we're just getting it done. If you have somebody like LeBron on your team, he's more along the lines of this need to get done now.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll kind of, because guess what? Everybody respect Jimmy Butler.
Right.
There's no question about that. But everybody respects LeBron.
I think everybody would say with LeBron, he wants to be near Bronny. He's playing at USC. Listen, if Bronny wants to enter the draft, cool. We got to pick. If he doesn't, Jim Larinaga comes calling. What's the best basketball conference in the world, Bronny? Little ACC. Just saying. Food for thought. Interesting.
It's funny how all of a sudden you got food for thought. I could imagine 4 years ago as early, it wasn't even a consideration. You wouldn't even had these blasphemous conversations. And now, after a 7-game losing streak, you know what this is? You know what this is? You don't want to admit it.
What?
Get it ready, Marcos. Rats off a ship. You are rats off a ship on this team.
No, not true.
Boom!
Tobin. Rats off a ship.
I'm not rats off a ship on this team.
Really? Then if you're willing to go back and bring in your arch nemesis,
that's strong.
A guy who, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Strong words.
We could play a whole show of some of the things you've said about LeBron since he's left. A whole show, not just a segment, a whole damn show.
Oh, okay. So let me get this straight, dude. Just because he, left on some nefarious terms, left the Heat in the dark.
What, his contract was up?
Yeah, his contract was up, but also,
okay,
there was some.
Up. He didn't say he didn't demand
contract,
a trade.
contract.
He
First
didn't
of all,
demand it. Wait, here's the thing. Here's why I always give LeBron a pass over a lot of other players. He has never demanded a trade when his contract wasn't up.
Cool, that's cute.
No, okay. You can put whatever you want on it. But if he decides to go somewhere else and his contract is up, that's a lot different than doing what a lot of these guys are doing nowadays with 2 or 3 years left and saying, I need to get out of here.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree with that.
When you're a free agent, you can go whatever the hell you want.
But also, like, at the time, see, one of the things that I don't want to get into this because listen, I don't want to open up old wounds. But you're brushing over some details.
No, I'm not.
Brushing over some details.
No, I'm not.
That's okay, though. That's okay. Because even with that, and then facing off in the grand penny of them all, a championship against LeBron, he got the great breaks of Goran Dragic's foot breaking and Bam Adebayo having one arm.
Okay.
And even with Pat Riley saying that there's always going to be that asterisk and then him having to come back and put a statement out because of that statement and saying there was an asterisk, time heals all wounds. We saw it D-Wade's last game. Like there was hugs, there was embrace, there was love. Every time that he plays the Heat and the Heat kick his ass, he always goes on some, spiraling manifesto about like, whoa, how much I miss Miami. So if he was to go somewhere else,
not? Because it kind of sounds like you're doing it again.
Wouldn't it be kind of unbecoming for LeBron James to play for a fourth franchise? He's not going to end his career with the Lakers, right? So like, does he really go somewhere else, or does he do almost a Cleveland 2.0 and make another swan song in Miami? People are wondering.
Okay. I just think you're full of it right now.
I'm not full of it, and I'm not rats off a ship on the team.
Rats off a ship.
That certainly sounds like it. Now, here's my other question.
Yep.
Since you've already kind of worked out some type of deal, who you giving up?
Listen, we got to take a break.
Oh!
Up against it on the clock. We'll take a quick break.
That's right.
So was there a Canes game tonight, dude? Like you getting all fired up for something?
Say that again?
Well, you're playing in the air tonight. I was just wondering if there's like are you getting fired up for something, or is it just
No, I can feel it in the air tonight. The trade is going to happen.
Oh,
Trade that you're speaking of.
Interesting.
Or a trade. I don't know. Maybe it's a different one.
Maybe. Yeah, we got some more stuff to get to in Heat Fodderland. Yeah, but, listen, the board's all over the place. Everybody wants to get mad at me. I'm just in ideas, man. Kicking around ideas, dude. That's all I'm doing.
Hey, man, you're just trying to figure it out. You're lost.
So we all have wives or fiancés or whatever.
Yeah.
So I always have a problem when my wife cleans. She moves stuff, but she never remembers where she moves it. So I say, don't touch my bleep. Because I'll remember if I drop a quarter underneath the bed, I'll remember where that quarter is. I don't know why. That's just me. Don't touch my stuff. So I have these Roku, right?
Child.
I have these Rokus, but they only work for one TV.
Right.
So each TV, even though Samsung, if I use the wrong one, it'll turn on all the TVs in the house. So the one outside is only good for outside.
Sure.
I can't use another one for that. I lost it. It's the only one that only works for that TV. So normally I put it on my by the TV, or I put it in the bathroom. So I'm like, Mel, where's my stuff? Well, I don't know. Wherever you put it. You always, when you clean, you do, and you don't remember where you put stuff. Don't touch my stuff. Don't touch my stuff. Right? So we go on a mad goose chase trying to find it. Can't find it. So here's where I thought she's admitting to fault when she says, well, I'll just go get another Roku, which means, right?
Yeah.
So I continue to look. I made a big point to say, I only find it. I only put it by the TV or on my counter in the bathroom. That's it. You touched it. Right? Don't touch my stuff. So I went on one final search during the break. I found it underneath the couch. Now,
how did it get there?
No.
Wow.
That's not my dilemma.
All right.
As a man in a relationship with a woman, and you have been there for a long time, I cannot admit defeat. Can I?
Oh, you were the one who left it under the couch?
I'm guessing that if I told her I only leave it in 2 spots, don't touch my stuff, and I find it in the 3rd spot, that means it's probably on me.
Oh, no. Yeah,
but no. I cannot admit this, right?
Nope, you got to hide it in her drawer. That's it. Put it in her car.
You can't do it, dude.
You can't. No, of course, Jennifer, you would want, it's not attractive. No, she's going to hold it over my head. So when future things get lost, she's going to say, I don't like the remote. No.
Wow. Leroy, just let her buy another one. Just let her go.
Let her buy another. But so what would you do? No, there's no way. I know you, Tobin. There's no way you're admitting that.
No shot.
No shot, right?
Nope. No, after I already said don't touch my stuff multiple times.
Oh, yes.
Don't do it.
Yes.
Yes. Dumb, right?
And here's the worst part. Mima's in the other room, and when I went in there to look for it, I told her I only leave this remote in 2 spots. She only touched my stuff. She cleans like I went through a whole thing, and I'm like, hey Mima, I found it.
Oh, great.
You know there ain't no way in hell I'm admitting where I found it, right? So what do I do?
Nothing.
Because she has people, right? She has people that listen at work, and they're snitches, so they're gonna go tell her. So I'm gonna just send her a little text. I'm gonna see how you think this is gonna go, guys.
Blame it on the dog.
Not great for you, dude.
Huh?
Not great for you.
Well, I just throw it out there. At least I could say, You know, I found it, found the remote, found the remote.
Huh. Did you guys know you can't trade Terry Rozier in an aggregated trade because you need 2 months to pass? Interesting.
Okay. He's exploring all options, literally.
I was just curious.
Yeah. I did know that though.
If you can only trade him by himself, you cannot put him together with salary.
Oh, but you can trade him, just not with.
Yeah, you can only go 1 for 1. I'm learning these rules. I'm learning these rules.
Wow. Paying attention to those rules.
Just so everybody's aware.
Uh-oh.
What'd you say?
Found the remote. She doesn't care that I found the remote. What do you think her question was?
Where was it?
Yeah. In your drawer.
Yeah. There you go. Underneath the pillow.
You got to find some wiggle room.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know
what to do. Because I know listen, the longer you've been married, the longer things get held, against you. So, like,
yeah, because you're just looking for wins in a relationship that long.
Right.
You almost want to it's almost like you want to just hang banners for argument wins.
Oh, no, yeah. Oh, I don't have, let me tell you something. She is like the Celtics in 15 championships. And I'm like OKC. I get to the finals, but I can't win. Like I'm telling you.
Oh, man. Speaking of fights, we'll take a quick break. Luis Baboon Palomino, he's going to be fighting in the main event coming up on Friday at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Talk to him coming up next.
Got what you
Welcome back, everybody. WQAM, Brendan Tobin here with you, Tobin and Leroy. Very excited to talk to our next guest. BKFC is coming back to the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, the Guitar Hotel, and one of South Florida's zone. Maybe the best to ever do it inside the squared circle. Luis Baboon Palomino. He is going to be taking on Austin, no doubt, Trout in a big-time matchup. Luis, thanks for doing this, man. Really appreciate your time.
Anytime, man. Thank you for having me.
This match, I know you've been clamoring for a big-time matchup, man. You're maybe the best one to do it ever in this promotion. Does a matchup against a guy like Austin Trout, a former boxing champion, has been in there with the likes of Canelo, Miguel Cotto, is this in the ballpark of where you are? Are you satisfied with the stakes of a matchup like this?
It's definitely in the ballpark. It's not ultimately what I'm looking for, but it's definitely in the ballpark. It is a big name. It's a name that's known around the world. He's done great things in boxing, as the names that you mentioned, and being a former two-time WBA world champion is a hell of a head for the collection.
So what do you think it is, Luis, when you get in there with these guys? I mean, you've mastered bare knuckle fighting to, I think, a level that has not been seen for a renewed sport. What do you think is the thing that people don't realize when they get in there with you, that you have just you've gotten that sweet science down in a better way than the MMA guys or the boxing guys who come on over?
Man, I think it's a combination of the way that I grew up, the roots and of my upbringing to begin with, and the fact that I did come into professional fighting, right? I did have my run in MMA. I ended up collecting 4 titles. Even though they were not in the most biggest shows in the world, it wasn't UFC, it wasn't Bellator. I did collect 4 titles in 4 different organizations in 2 different weight classes. There's a lot of discipline and sacrifice that goes to that. I did box people with 4-ounce gloves. And before all that began, I already had tooth marks in every single knuckle. And that's due to my upbringing, all the fighting in Dade County here in Miami, Florida. I started out boxing when I was 10 or 13 years old, but I only did that for 3 years, and then my father goes to prison and I ended up fighting a lot in the streets. So it was like I did the bare knuckle boxing in the street, then I did MMA, I went professional, and then bare knuckle boxing surfaces in which I've become, what you might say, the emperor of bare knuckle boxing, right? Where I've mastered this division. I've mastered the art of fighting without gloves.
And I mean, you had experience with it growing up, but like as far as BKFC and it'll come along, have you surprised yourself in any way about how good you are at this? Because I always tell people, if you haven't watched BKFC, like experience matters. Like you can't just come on over here and think like, oh, this guy was a great guy in UFC and he's going to take it over just like that. I always will lean a guy who has had time. So when you came over, like, were you surprised at like how well you adjusted to it? Did you take to it even better than you thought you would? I guess how much more technique there was to it? Just kind of break it down as far as just the science of the sport of BKFC.
Well, you're absolutely right, man. Look, we saw, Luke Rockhold, former UFC champion. We saw, Eddie Alvarez, former UFC and Bellator champion, come in and, didn't look as great as you would have thought they would have, right? So to answer the question, man, I definitely surprised myself as I moved along. When I first came in, I said, this is it for me, because in MMA, I was that striker that people didn't want to deal with. I was a striker that people wanted to take me down, hold me down, and they didn't even want to ground and pound on me, because then I would have the chance to get back up on my feet, and then they had to deal with hell, So when I came into it, I said, man, I'm going to be good at this. I'm going to be undefeated. I said it in my head, and there's a point in time where you have to stay humble at the same time, right? So I didn't imagine that far as I've gotten today. So yes, to answer your question, I did end up surprising myself as I went along how good I really became at this game, man. Like it's something that I was definitely born for, and I've proved it, back to back.
How long do you think you want to go, Luis? Like, do you have a number of fights left in mind? Because you obviously don't look like it's still dangerous, because obviously you can get cut and all this. It is fighting, but you don't feel like you're slowing down. You almost feel like you probably have some rejuvenation in yourself because of how great you've been at this. So do you have a timeline in mind of how much longer you want to do this?
It's an interesting question, man. Most people ask me that because people are very fixed on age. And, what I got to say to most people is we all age differently. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have any control of when we die. We have no idea of that. But we definitely have control on how we age. And I've proven that at 43 years old, I'm only getting younger. You know what I mean? So me at first I was thinking 10-0, 45 years old. You know, I wouldn't fight no more than past that. And 10-0 is going to be here February 2nd. And then just last year, they were asking me how much more. And I was like, I'm taking it 1 year at a time. To answer your question, man, to be honest with you, at the bare minimum, I probably will not stop fighting until I'm 45 years young. And I want to do more fighting if possible. I've always said this, with the blessing of BKFC, I want to get into glove boxing before it's all said and done, because that was my first love. And even Karate Combat has mentioned something about collaborating with BKFC. So if the organizations has their blessings on me and I can do that, then I'd love to do that too. But mainly, more than anything, glove boxing, and I'm just looking for big fights, man. You know, I think that I've earned the moment to start now cashing out on all my sacrifice, all my years of hard work, and we're here now, and I'm not gonna go away. So 45 at bare minimum.
Do you have a boxing one that would be a dream matchup? Like, what would be the guy, if you had your way, like a certain boxer that you've had your eye on, if you did get that blessing?
Oh, I have a few, man. People would just think I'm crazy. You know, I have a lot of haters. Of course, if you're not doing something right, you know, if you're doing something wrong, you're not getting haters. So I have a lot of haters that would look at me and think, oh, this guy's crazy. You know, but look, man, the question is very simple. Do I have a boxer? Yes, I would love to fight Canelo. You know, now, will I fight Canelo? Will he fight me? I don't think so, you know, but I believe that, you know, something can happen on the line. Now, to be more realistic, I think your Dennis Ugas would be a good name. I don't think that he's too far of a reach for me to fight. You know, your Dennis Ugas or even one of the Charlo brothers, definitely, you know, and that tells you, look, I'm going to fight right now. This man that, you know, is a former WBA world champion. He's faced, you know, the Charlo brothers. He's faced Canelo. He's faced and knocked out Miguel Cotto. You know, like, so if I go now and I show you what I'm gonna do with this man, which I'm gonna finish this dude before the end of the second round. I show you guys that what I can do with this guy. That should put me in the map, you know, in glove boxing, because he still is ranked in glove boxing. It's not like he hasn't been active. You know what I mean? I think he's like number 5 or number 6.
For you, Luis, what does it mean to you to get these opportunities in front of South Florida? You know, it's got such a long lineage of great fighters. You've been there amongst them, but to get these opportunities in front of your hometown crowds, does it like? Does it give you the goosies still? Like, does it get old for you, or, you know, like, does it still, like, do you still get nervous in front of a hometown crowd? What does that mean for you?
No, I definitely don't get nervous, man. And to be very honest with you, I never have. If I did, it was probably my first fight. That was like 50 fights back ago. You know what I mean? But no, for me, I've always said it. Fighting in my hometown is fueling to me. You know, like hearing the crowd, you know, hearing the noise, hearing your name being chanted. You know, all my family members, my friends, my fans that show up for me every single time. Look, this event is sold out, man. You know, I've proved time and time. You know, in the beginning when BKFC first came out, we first started hitting the Hard Rock. They were, you know, and the Hard Rock Live, they were bringing in the names like Chad Mendes, Mike Perry. You know, I'm in there, right? And I was still the main event because I'm the pound for pound, right? But you're bringing in these names that are known worldwide. That if you see the following, they have, you know, way more following than I have, right? Because they've been in UFC and whatnot. But right now, this is going to be the second time that I get to show the organization and the fans out there that I'm the main event that's selling this place out. I'm the biggest name on the card. There is no more Chad Mendes. There is no more Mike Perry on my card. They don't need those big names to sell out a crowd. This event is sold out. You know, if it hasn't sold out completely yet, it will be.
When we last spoke, you did, you know, we were talking a lot about those big time matches within the promotion. What are those conversations like with Dave Feldman? I mean, like, he is always a guy that seems like he wants to put on the big fights, but, like, do you feel like there's any, I guess, apprehension from him because you're so good at this that he doesn't want the so-called former, you know, names from UFC coming in and getting schooled by you? Like, it's almost like a double-edged sword. Like, you're so great at his sport, but he brings in all these outsiders and he doesn't want to put them with you because you can make him look bad, Luis. So, like, what are those conversations like with Dave to get, you know, a Mike Perry or whomever the next guy is that he brings in from UFC?
But I think, you know, you got to protect your investment, right? You know what I mean? Like, Look, I understand Dave Feldman and Nathan Shook, the matchmaker, on the look of running their business. Nobody's going to tell them how to do it. They're doing great. And I understand on bringing these big names with the big followings. And I think that we've done that enough. I think that it's time to now build your champions. We have me, we have Christine Ferreira, you have the Juggernaut. Then all we need is an opportunity to beat up one of these so-called big names, because they are big names. They are huge people, and much respects to them and all their accomplishments. But this is not MMA. This is not glove boxing. This is bare knuckle boxing. I'm the emperor here, and it's time to feed me. You know what I mean? To answer your question, when it came to fighting Chad Mendes literally just did not want to face me. He did not want to fight me, period. I asked Dave back to back. Chad Mendes even took off in a hiatus for a year, came back to fight Eddie Alvarez. Now, as what you're saying, Eddie Alvarez gets signed and they give him Mike Perry. Now, Mike Perry is a bigger guy. He shouldn't have gotten that fight. That should have been my fight, my weight class, but I didn't get it for you already know what reason. I'm going to run over these guys. Mike Perry might be strong, tough as nail, a very hard bare knuckle boxer, yes, wild dog, but he's not as good as me, nowhere near. So, Eddie Alvarez will have a better shot at beating the bigger guy than beating a guy in his own weight class. And I think that, yes, there was a somewhat leniency towards who they're going to face for the guy, And, how does it look if Eddie Alvarez loses to me compared to he losing to a bigger guy? You know what I mean? And if you saw that fight, Eddie Alvarez won almost every second of that fight until Perry hurt him. Because, like I said, I called it. I said, the dog in Perry is going to take out the better boxer in Eddie Alvarez. And that's what happened. And now I've been aiming at Perry for the last 2 years, except for this time I started doing it publicly in their last fight when he faced Eddie Alvarez. And after the fight, I asked him, hey, you called out all these names that are not in the organization. Let's stay over here inside of the promotion. And what about Palomino has been calling you out? And after earning the King of Violence belt, he didn't have a very violent answer. His answer was more like, whoever the company puts in front of me, I think has to have a certain amount of following on social media and comments and likes and whatnot. And I posted that video on my social media, man. He got crucified for that. And look, man, I like Perry. I have much respect for Perry. I don't think that he's scared of me. You know what I mean? I'm the smaller guy here by a long shot. He walks around 220 pounds. I walk around 170 pounds. I'm the smaller guy here. I'll give him the benefit of a doubt that he was being misguided by his management, who we don't see eye to eye. And I think that his management was the ones that told him to say stuff like that because he sounded just out of character. It didn't sound like him. Like himself, you know what I mean? So the last time that I spoke to Feldman, he's a man of his word, and this is what he told me. Feldman said, you do what you do in this fight February 2nd, meaning do a show, get the win, and I'll do what I do, meaning I'll put the fight together, because I told him I want Perry after this fight. So I'm putting all my eggs in that basket. I'm winning this fight aggressively. I'm winning this fight with a fashion. And I know that I can count on David Fabulous order.
Luis Baboon Palomino, this man has been reigning as champion for BKFC 4 years running now. You guys can go watch him against Austin, no doubt Trout at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Hard Rock Live. It's going to be a hell of a show. If you guys have never been to BKFC, it's a really, 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 really fun time. It's a great event. These guys always bring the action, and this man, probably the best to do it. Luis, we appreciate the time, man. Thank you so much, and I do hope that you get this win and get those big-time fights, man.
Thank you.
the Kaseya Center tonight for a game with the Heat. We've got the tip-off at 7:30. Get warmed up with preheat at 6:15.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Butler of your Miami Heat. Listen to all our games right here on AM 560 Sports WQAM, FM 99.9, HD2, and always live on the Audacy app.
It's time for
It's 12, Marcos.
Supposed to play cat talk.
Yep.
You know what? Not only am I going to take a -1, I think I'm going to go ahead and put myself in the penalty box in favor of us having to talk about hockey right now. So 2 minutes in the penalty box. Let's get Cool Cat going.
All right. Cats are on the All-Star break, but as always on this show, Cat Talk is brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of
your Florida Panthers.
So, we'll get back to, of course, all the fruitful Cat Talk once it gets back to cat action. But meanwhile, let's get to the rest of our headlines, which are brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
So the Heat have lost 7 straight. And that is always going to make for some, look, when other stars teams are struggling, you're going to get people with some hot takes. You're going to get some people who are going to want some crazy things to be done to your team. And so now the Miami Heat are no different. Kendrick Perkins.
Oh, God.
Came out yesterday with a real sizzler of a take on the Miami Heat and where they stand right now. This was him on the low post, who, by the way, ruined Tyler Hero.
The Heat has lost 7 in a row. I think it's time for the Miami Heat and Jimmy Butler to part ways. I think the Miami Heat need to do right by Jimmy Butler and send him to a legit title contender. I would love to see him with the 76ers, but when I look at this roster, Kevin Love, 37, Jimmy Butler, 34 years of age. They just got rid of Kyle Lowry. He's 37, excuse me. Everyone else on the Heat roster is 30 and under. I believe Bam is 26, Tyler Hero, 24, Jaquez Jr. is 22, 21.
Easy, Perk.
It's time for the Heat to start their rebuild of their culture with the young guys, and it's not a bad thing. I just don't know how much time Jimmy got left of playoff Jimmy. He's 34, a lot of miles, a lot of minutes, a lot of wear and tear on his body. And I just don't see the Miami Heat this season being a legit title contender. So with that being said, I feel like it needs to be it's no such thing as a pretty divorce. So I'm not calling it a divorce. I just think it's time for them to sit at the round table and figure out what's next. And what's next is getting Jimmy to a place where he actually could compete for a title, because he's not going to be able to do it with the Heat this year.
There you go. Kendrick Perkins on Jimmy Butler thinks it's time for a divorce. Your thoughts, Leroy?
Look, you have warmed up to the idea that maybe LeBron could come back. So, like, again, when I say Pat Riley's looking at this situation, he might be thinking some of those same things. Now, how he goes about that may be different, right? But to hear an opinion based on what we've seen on this team, I mean, it's not far-fetched.
It's not,
right?
well,
It's
like
not,
I said.
like, put it this way. He's had some doozies. His explanation of this situation, although it's not something that we would foresee, is not a reach.
Dade South says better a year early than a year too late.
I'm just saying, but think of Pat Riley has made moves in the past where we've all felt that, wow, this, I don't know if I would have did this.
Right.
You don't remember the Karan Butler and Glenn Rice and all those guys where everybody was like, whoa.
I honestly don't think Jimmy's going anywhere. I don't think, especially I don't think it's going to happen before the trade deadline, which I think was Perk's idea, is like get him on somebody who can help them win now. If the wheels did fall off and they have get swept in the first round or just lose in the first or second round, will there be some recalibrations of where they need to be? I certainly think that's got to be the case. So, does that involve trading Jimmy? I don't know. I don't think so. I think Jimmy Butler is going to be here, and I think he's going to retire here, most likely.
Here's the interesting part about this is that 3 months ago, you would have said no chance in hell.
Right.
Now you're like, I don't think so. So if you're having these conversations,
right,
what do you think the conversations that Pat Riley is having with his staff and those people in the front office?
Well, I think the thing that's interesting about it is Jimmy's tenure with Miami has always been, well, they're not good enough anyway, and he's always just dragged their ass to the closeness of contention. So I think the idea of if they were going to trade a big piece, are you going to, even understanding his age, I understand he's 34, he's only got one more year that he's got a player option, which is another thing that they got to factor into it, because if he's going to want more money in the offseason, that's certainly going to be something that's going to be interesting as well, because anytime that there has been a real issue with Jimmy Butler, people can talk about, oh, the Wolves are soft, all that stuff. Anytime there's been an issue with Jimmy Butler, it's usually had to deal with money and people not paying him and not giving. And certainly at this time with the Miami Heat, he has deserved every penny the Miami Heat can give him.
Well earned. Like, yes.
But his age is his age.
Right.
His age is his age, and the amount of games that he misses is a factor with him. And if they're not, the thing with playoff Jimmy is if you get to the playoffs and you don't win with playoff Jimmy, if he doesn't do these heroics to get your team deep and far, where are the Miami Heat going to be at? And then is that going to cause a problem with Jimmy Butler?
But here's the thing that we all have to at least acknowledge, right? That one of the most interesting things Perk said about this whole thing is you got two guys who are 34 or older, and everybody else on your roster is young.
Yes.
And so how is that going to play out if you're planning your future? You see what I mean? You either roll with the young guys or you're going to trade some of the young guys for a more established piece.
But here's the thing that's tough about it though, Leroy. As much as I love Bam, I'm a Bam guy.
Right.
Does a team led by Bam and Tyler and Jaime Jaquez, does anybody think that team is going to do anything in the playoffs? Like, the only reason we all think that we put ourselves in the illusions of Heat doing something elite in the playoffs is because of Jimmy. It's because of Jimmy. It is. Jimmy has earned that. Jimmy is the guy and the reason for, everything elite that has happened post D Wade's retirement has been because of Jimmy Butler. I'm not saying Bam hasn't had an important role in it and there hasn't been fun Tyler Hero moments.
But they ain't the guy you can count on every night.
Yeah. And that's
but
the
is
thing.
It getting to the point where, like, saying we know it's coming, but not knowing for sure. Are we playing with fire?
I think
when it doesn't come, when he doesn't turn it up,
right,
this team is going to look terrible
for sure. I think there's part of that too, because I do think that I think I see elements of Jimmy. People say it's not trying. He's 34 and banged up. I remember what D Wade looked like when he got to this age, and it's not like D Wade couldn't have those nights where he was D Wade, but they just weren't as frequent.
Right.
Just weren't as frequent.
That's my point. So if you're and keep in mind, we can all say what we want about Pat Riley. When it comes to situations like this, he has been proven to be ruthless.
Ruthless.
I mean, you look at what happened with D Wade. Ruthless. You can do that to D Wade.
This is what I think is going to be a real issue starter too. Like, let's say you get to this summer. I'm going to say that let's just say hypothetically the Heat don't win the championship this year. I hate to say this, but let's just say second round exit, because I would never say first round. But just say second round exit. Okay. They go to the summer. Jimmy comes for a little extra scratch guaranteed, and maybe they waffle on it, but then they give it to Bam because Bam's 27. Whew. That could be an issue.
But that's what you got. But guess what? As situations go, that's who you take care of.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you hope, right? That's what they did with D Wade. They took care of Hassan Whiteside.
Oof, don't say that.
Okay.
I mean, I know that was factually correct, but
I'm just saying, same situation, right? The old Tobias Harris over me.
To be fair on this, Jimmy Butler's camp weighed in on this yesterday. His agent, Bernie Lee, and he tweeted to this video, because Perk also said this on NBA Today yesterday. And he said that he says he's never going anywhere ever. He's going to win a championship in Miami.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's his agent. That's what his agent says. He's not going anywhere. So
okay, but again, D Wade said that. But that's a decision wasn't made by D Wade.
That's right.
And again, Pat Riley, y'all can say what y'all want about Pat Riley. When it comes to situations like that, heat culture, star, what you've done, be damned. He's going to do what he feels is right for this team to win right now.
Dude.
And that's never changed.
We can look him in those rafters. Okay. Alonzo Mourning left at one point. Did come back. Great.
Right.
Tim Hardaway, a lot of hard feelings when Tim left.
Right.
A lot.
Right.
Shaquille O'Neal, Chris Quinn caught a stray.
Right.
Chris Bosh and his health, even that got very publicly messy.
Right.
D Wade's, it's already been said. UD's kind of like the only one where it's been like pretty kumbaya the whole way.
You know why? Can I tell you why? The truth of it?
The cheapskates.
Because it was never about money.
Right.
Soon as you include money, right, decisions have to be made. I'm just saying, like, you can call me a hater. You can say what you want. But I'm looking at Pat Riley's track record and all those numbers that are retired in the Raptors have had one thing in common besides UD. At some point, Pat Riley said, goodbye.
I need a win against the Kings tonight. I'm fine, but I'm sick of this.
I'm just like, okay, and here's the deal. I hate to say this. Okay. But you are facing a team that likes to run and has a lot of youth, and you have been known to play with cement. That is not a good combination. Not at all.
Take a quick break. We'll hear a little bit from Erik Spoelstra, as very feisty yesterday after practice on where things are at. We'll hear from him, from Bam, as they lead into this game tonight, trying to snap this losing streak. Back after this.
minutes of Heat is sponsored by Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Start the new year in a new ride with no payments for 90 days. Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.com.
15-minute lead. Bum, bum. Minutes of Heat here for you. 560 WQAM.
Hello, Jennifer.
Oh, hello, Jennifer. Did you steal your shirt from Galileo?
No, but I want you to refer to me as Coach J-Fig.
Well, are you sure you want the credit for that,
Hey,
Coach job?
Yeah, well, I take it back.
By the
you're
way,
right.
your ass getting ready to get fired. You only scored 4 points.
Yeah, for sure.
It wasn't me. It was them. Okay.
Could have
How
used an
ugly-
extra
I
player.
gave them inspiring words.
How
Those
ugly
are
was
great
his performance yesterday?
What's that?
How ugly was his performance yesterday by the Lava?
You know,
Hmm.
the second we walked into that court
Yeah.
and they saw the brackets, we knew it was over. So we just decided to have a lot of fun.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Nah,
Fun
It's
is the most
hilarious.
important
How
thing.
much
I
fun did you
cried.
have? How much
I
fun could you
cried.
possibly have had only scoring 4 points?
Oh, it was fun, dude. So much fun.
Look, hold on. There is a special quote from yesterday. I have it written down. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, it was the mantra of our team. I believe it was "Go Lava."
Look, no, go away.
Sorry.
No.
By the way, they weren't lying
It's-
about those light bites they were providing. Thanks for the
We-
chips and water.
We could do better, but we can't do worse.
Boom!
Wow.
Look at that. Look at that.
That is inspirational.
Absolutely. Put that on the walls
I
everywhere.
thought you were going to go with the only you cheat the game. The only one you cheating is cheating yourself.
No, that's
Oh,
too much
man.
worse.
Yeah.
That was true. Then AMG did a lot of cheating themselves.
Man. Well, one coach who's looking for answers right now is Erik Spoelstra.
Mm.
And he met with the media yesterday. And
Solution.
he was asked about solutions, and he says, none ya.
Sometimes it happens faster or easier than other seasons. It doesn't matter. Like, this is our reality. This is where we are right now. We dropped 7 straight. We don't feel good about our position. So the only thing that matters right now is what are we going to do about it? That's it. And that's what we worked on today is finding collective solutions that really are none of your business. And I say that respectfully.
Whoa.
It's not anyone else's business what we're trying to do. We know you guys, it's fine to understand that we're trying to get to a point where we can win games. and that's how humbling this league can be. But I also feel that that's the clarity sometimes when you're just in the present moment and doing whatever you have to do to try to get a win in your next game. And that's what we addressed today.
Wow. All right. This man needs a win.
Sassy.
Listen, first of all, understand how everybody can be a little cranky in that building,
Certainly.
right? So questions that normally after a 7-game win would have a different kind of tone is not going to have that tone.
Well,
And
I think
you got to be grown and understand that.
it was funny with Terry Rozier because Terry Rozier said about the Hornets yesterday. He goes, yeah, it's something coming into a building after losses and like people being bothered. Which, I mean, if you saw the other day, the clip of LaMelo Ball laughing on the bench as his team's getting his ass kicked, he's like, Terry's like, yeah, man, people are actually they don't like losing here. They don't accept it. Here's a little bit more of Spo on Terry Rozier. Still not having a full practice because they did mostly film yesterday to break things down instead of no Hunger Games yesterday, Leroy. Here was Spo on Terry Rozier.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit semantics. I think our day was productive, very productive today. We needed to address what we needed to today, and what we did address really is none of your guys' business. We just are preparing to be ready to be a better version of ourselves.
Wow.
Which won't be very hard once they make shots. Or
that would be nice.
Defend something more than a sitting chair.
Yes, that would be nice. That would be nice.
Like, I don't know is it an effort thing? Is it a, The thing that I will say is,
it's none of our
sometimes
business.
sometimes when you got that stink on you, seems to be a lot of 3-point shots made with no seconds on the shot clock.
Oof.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
One guy banked one in.
Yep.
Oh, come on.
Brutal. Missing bunnies too.
Bunnies.
Rough.
Is anything a bunny with this team?
No.
You've seen them around the rim.
They've all become full jackrabbits.
What?
You know, like a big.
Those are big.
I'll take my -1.
Yeah. Like
-1.
you just thought that was going to slip by?
It's none of our business. You know, it's none of our business.
Okay, Jackrabbit.
Here's Bam out of bio, and he was saying, "Listen, we need a win. It'll cure all the bad."
How many deep breaths?
We've been in this losing hole too long. You know, that's when everybody starts going haywire. Not just us, but coaches, organization, media.
Jimmy's friend on Twitter.
Start pinpointing and being like, this situation doesn't work because of this and that. Winning does take care of everything. We just need to get back to that.
It would be nice.
Easy.
Need
Well,
Bam
I just say
to
this?
get out of this funk.
Can I just say this?
Yep.
Everybody's been saying the same thing. We just need to get back to this, get back to that, get back to that. Okay, but my question is how? And if it was that easy, why would you wait till after 7 losses to try to get back to that? You see what I'm saying? Like what? Why?
Yeah,
why
Yeah.
is it? Why do they make it seem like it's so easy to get back to it? Yet we watching them games and we're like, no, it's not.
Yeah, I asked Tyler about that after the game when they lost to the Suns, and I'm like, well, I'm sure you guys come into every game with this mentality. Like, why does it always seem to have is there something mentally that like hits you guys in the middle of the game? He goes, I don't know, it's just been a problem all year. It's been a problem all year. And I'm like,
and when you have that problem all year, and it's with your 3 guys, the best way to fix it is to change one, to get new blood, new life, new energy into the same process. You see what I'm saying? That normally energizes a team. I don't know who that player would be. I don't know what player you would get rid of. But again, we started these conversations a couple of weeks ago saying, Pat Riley's looking at this and he's thinking, I've given it 5 years.
Yeah.
Right? And so while we all love this group of guys, right? You got to talk about Stone Cold Riley. You don't care nothing about that.
It'd be hard to imagine. But then it's like, well, what point do you get to where it's like what is the tipping point between they got to figure it out with their best guys, because you don't want to make desperate moves if the team's just not good enough anyway either.
But is it desperate at this point when it's been 5 years?
It's just you need to know, like, what are you going for anymore? Like, that's the question. And I think it's to kind of to go to the Perkins clip. It's like, can you win with these 3 guys anymore? And then you have to decide, well, which do we continue to build around Jimmy? Do we go young? Where do you go? I don't think they're ever going to trade Bam, because he is, like, first of all, he's like their culture guy. But also, look, when life happens after Jimmy Butler, Bam is very popular amongst all the young stars, and that matters. Right. We've seen that matters.
Can I ask you this question? And this is, I don't necessarily have an answer for it, right? But I'm just curious. If I trade Jimmy for LeBron, is this team in a better spot?
I don't think they make that trade, because I
don't care whether they make it or not.
I don't know.
I'm only asking from this perspective, is that okay? We all like to think we have solutions and answers, but I'm just curious as to, okay, that sounds like a great trade. Does it make this team better?
I think it's kind of a wash, to be honest with you.
You?
I do.
Okay. Hold on.
Leroy, LeBron seems under 500, and he has Anthony Davis.
Okay. No, I got you. But
If
I'm just for all the reasons why you want to keep Jimmy, LeBron's better, even though their team is in the same spot.
he's also 40. Like I wouldn't go swap for swap.
Right. I got you.
You know, like when I'm throwing that idea out, I'm envisioning adding LeBron next to Jimmy.
Okay. Again, one of the problems I think this team has is too many like players, right? Like on a lot of teams, you have a definitive guy to do this, a definitive guy to do that, right? We have a lot of 2-point jump shooters on the team. A lot of them.
Yep.
And the ones that shoot the three can't play a lick of defense.
Well, that's the thing that it would be very big if Tyler could get on a hot streak with shooting. Obviously, don't get
how long dude?
I know it's been a rough month. It's a horrendous month for him and for Bam. I mean, that's another thing is those guys can't hit a shot no matter what right now. Fit, no fit, they can't hit a shot right now. So
they used to all play with the energy of Terry Rozier. Now they don't. He seems like he's the only one moving out there at times.
I agree.
That is a bigger issue, right?
We'll take a quick break. Get to our favorite Wednesday game. Rats off a ship next.
Oh.
Off a ship.
All right.
Oh,
welcome back, everybody.
Look at this.
What is that?
New Samsung.
Oh, all right.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm in the market for a new phone. Well, which one is that one?
The S24.
Oh, wait. So you traded in the Fold for the 24, right? They haven't had a chance to use it?
No, in fact, if you go into an AT&T store, they tell you can't get it till the 1st.
Leroy.
Wow. Look at Leroy.
Dude.
He's got the connection.
Well, no, all it means is just more of those little bitty ass pictures that get sent to me.
Hey, no, you know what? It's
yeah,
not
how
your
are you
fault.
guys on number 24?
You understand it's your phone's fault. Like, you're purposely doing this. Apple is purposely doing this to us. And now look what they've done. I have a whole stigma behind my camera quality.
Well, it's bad.
Nah, that's fair.
It's bad.
It kind of is.
I don't know what to tell you.
It's not, though, but okay.
But it is.
But it is.
All right.
You know, I don't know what to tell you, Marcos. Like, that wasn't a dunk and your phone is ruined.
Even the way that video was edited.
Yeah.
No.
Was the majority.
My favorite part is him leaving the ground and thinking he's high enough where he can split his legs and go Jordan.
I did.
Only to be about this high off the ground.
I was.
Leroy, I wish you were there to witness this in person because I was crying. I have not stopped laughing since yesterday. That was probably one of the most iconic things I have witnessed.
She was crying for how beautiful it was.
It was beautiful. It was a beautiful performance.
Pretty good.
I was laughing because I was watching the video during the break again.
Yeah,
and
good
I can't get over it. I really can't.
Being that was one of 2 buckets scored.
Yeah. I mean, are you not even going to acknowledge what I was dealing with on the court?
Each round, too.
Oh.
But honestly, the second we got there and we saw the competition, I felt like a minion compared to these people. Mind you, I'm not the tallest person out there, but I'm not the shortest.
Surprised Marcos didn't tweet out this after the game.
No, that was me. I tweeted that out.
Time's up. Anyway, J-Fig, what do we got today for Rats Off Ship?
Well, speaking of the greatest highlight ever, the Audacy Lava comes first.
Let's go! Huh? I'm Rats Off a Ship on the Audacy Lava. As a name and as an entity. You scored 4 points.
We didn't want you on here anyway. Get out of here.
4 points.
We even tried to recruit you. What a shame.
Yeah.
I'm definitely Rats Off a Ship. For no other reason than all of y'all seem too embarrassed to go try to guard the ball handler who was crossing over everybody.
No point of attack, just like
she almost crossed me when I tried going to the bathroom.
I'm telling you, she crossed over everybody. Dude, y'all didn't want no part of that. Poor Gabby.
It was rough.
Gabby was trying to trip everything. Like,
and then
I'm gonna tell you right now. You know it's an insult to all that. Y'all went and helped Gabby up, right? Didn't nobody want to go try to play defense, but y'all gonna help her out after she got crossed over on the ground.
Too late. Too little, too late.
Yeah.
I think that's bad. In the actual video that's not slowed down, you hear J-Fig screaming, "Look at that footwork!" Crossed over and falling on the ground.
I was crossing to the other team at one point.
Wow.
That footwork.
J-Fig's coming for Amy Audibert stuff.
You know, when I told Vlad break them legs, I didn't mean his own.
Ooh.
That
Is
boy was
Vlad
on
okay?
the floor the whole time. He was bleeding at the end.
He was bleeding at the end.
We left blood, sweat, and tears.
a lot of stuff on the court there yesterday. We left it all
Very
on the
committed. Very committed.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are you with the Audacy Lava, J-Fig?
Honestly, after what I saw yesterday, I'm all aboard. I'm ready for the next one.
Let's go!
She's looking at you guys like she's looking at you guys purely as entertainment for her evening.
the most entertained. Yes.
Yeah, we were definitely the funnest team. We were also the only team with 4 people.
Looking at us, okay?
Oh, you only
With
have 4
smiles on their
players?
faces.
4 players.
Wow.
Yeah, some of them got sick at the end.
It's good to know you guys are iron people, and you can go and give the cardio needed for a game like that.
Oh yeah,
There was no cardio being used. None.
Listen, they're lucky they had 5 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, only 5-minute halves. Thank God.
Marcos, where are you at the Audacy Lava?
22 points in 2 5-minute halves.
They spared us too. I'm definitely not rats off a ship. Indeed, I will say lava up. You know, it's like level
I'm
up.
never gonna say that. Okay.
Lava up.
-1. -1.
Still sounds like bubble guts.
Yeah, -1 for persistence.
-1.
That's what we should do. We should take some of the gut shirts from the heat store and just put bubble on top of it for the lava.
Oh yeah,
bubble.
Yeah, something bubbling over here.
J-Fig, what's number 2?
The new Marlins uniforms.
Ooh,
let's see them.
Yeah,
All right, ready?
Yeah, we got them. Let's. What do we got, J-Fig? All right. So it's the black jerseys. They've changed the lettering to white,
right?
So I can actually read the player's number on the back.
Right.
It's a little tweak.
Yeah, I'm not.
What else
It's
they got?
nothing major, but it's nice.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And then they went with a blue jersey. I like the blue more than just.
I like the blue tweak more than the black because everybody's got black. Right?
But look, it's nothing against these. I'm rats off a ship because you guys know what I want, and I want them to just go back to the teal. Like, let's stop. You know, dancing around here. The real issue is that those uniforms aren't as good as the old ones. Let's go back to the teal all the way for every game. 162 games. It just makes me happy. Makes me happy.
Teal,
this is really about my
teal
happiness.
pinstripes, teal.
Yeah, dude.
Right. I like the white pinstripes with the teal top.
Oh,
right.
Ooh.
Those are nice.
Good.
Yeah.
It just seems silly. We have these.
I would tell you this. I am a fan of the red ones too. When they went,
I do like those too.
I do like the red
I like
ones.
the Spirit Kings.
I like the red
I like
ones.
those. I'm
I
a fan of
red
those.
ones. And I like when the Dolphins go orange.
Oh, me too. Yeah,
They haven't done that in a while. They haven't done that in a
but,
while.
but I like those.
Yeah, I didn't like
Ricky
the orange
Williams Monday Night Football.
Yeah, that's the one I like. That one's good.
That's good.
Remember
What
when
about
they
you?
had that? Remember when on Thursday nights they had the color rush?
Oh, I didn't like
Those
that.
were bad. Those were Tang uniforms. Those were bad.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeesh. Remember they had the colorblind people upset because the Jets and the Bills.
Really?
What?
That's funny.
Except it okay, but you can still read. It says Jets and Bills.
The colorblind were upset, dude.
Read it. Read the helmets.
Are you rats off a ship on the jerseys or not?
No, I'm not rats off a ship. I like the teal jerseys. I like them. I like now that we can read the names.
What about you, Jennifer?
That was a little weird. I'm not rats off a ship. I mean, it's new, it's renovated somewhat, but I'm not gonna hate on it. It's nice. It's fresh.
Frog Boy?
I am rats off a ship because this is a big smoke screen. You got rid of Kim Ang. You haven't made any significant moves this offseason. You're trying to exactly. You're trying to patch a hole with a tweak of a jersey. I'm not falling for your tricks. Go Lava.
Rats off a ship.
Oh man. What else we got, J-Fig?
The Miami Heat.
Wow.
Oh wow. I'm
Hey,
with the topic.
This is only for you.
Yeah,
because with your comments during the course of the show, and that means what you're willing to accept all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Right.
It would appear that you're rats off a ship on this current team.
I am not. I'm not rats off a ship on this team.
Why'd you say
Because I don't like the fact that Leroy is trying to say, like, because I want some deals or would be open to some deals, that means I'm rats off a ship on this team. I'm not.
Then what do you call? Wait. If you're not rats off a ship, then you think this team can get it done. If you are rats on the ship, then you welcome some changes so that this team can get over the hump.
Sounds like your rat's off a ship.
No, yes.
Wow.
What?
Leroy. Wait, well, hold on.
What?
Hold on. Let me explain. Okay. There's a track record here of what Pat Riley has done, what this organization has done to make changes to get them over the hump. Okay. This is a perfect situation for that. We've seen it. You have said yourself that after 5 years, we should know. Right? If you are repeating what Pat Riley is saying, what do you think he's thinking?
Interesting.
So
Leroy's rat's off a ship, huh?
I'm as currently constructed, yes. Wow. Don't sit here and act. You first of all,
how about that?
You have welcomed your arch nemesis to come play for this team.
Strong words. You feel how you feel. You feel how you feel.
Goodness.
I'm not
So
ripping you. You just feel how you feel. It's fine.
Oh, and you have never into the fact that you're willing to accept LeBron James means that you're rats off a ship the way this team is currently constructed.
Untrue. All I said was
so hold on. So you'll be totally fine if Pat Riley did nothing.
I would understand doing nothing. Because
why do we have conversations? So you can answer your question. That was not my question. Don't laugh. Don't giggle. Answer my question.
What was the question?
See. You made jokes. You mess with me. See, this is why I cuss on radio, because of you. Right? Now, I'm going to ask this again. Okay? Because a person who all of a sudden is okay with trading for LeBron.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll ask you this. Would you be fine if Pat Riley did nothing?
I would be fine because I'd understand it.
And you'd be a damn liar. Okay. I'm just telling, put it out there. Stop lying to these people.
I'm not lying.
Okay. Remember this conversation. Remember this guy. Because these are the moments you got to replay for this guy who is just trying to be. Look, you're the one that brought it to my attention. The 5 years is up. The gig is up.
Rats off a ship, Leroy. That's fine. You feel how you feel.
Did you not tell me the 5 years was up? You should know by now. Did you not say that to me?
That's not what I said.
What did you? Oh, good. What did you say? What did you say?
I said it's silly for three guys to say they can't figure themselves out if they've been together longer than the big three. That's what I said.
It's not.
J-Fig? Where are you?
No. We're not going to J-Fig, you fraud. You said the same exact thing I said, and then you try to tweak it and make it like not seem.
I don't like being misquoted.
You said you three after 5 years should know.
Agreed.
And if they don't know, what does that mean, Tobin?
J-Fig, where are your rats?
He don't want to admit it. He don't, because he want to keep his friends on the Heat team.
I don't have friends on the Heat. I'm not friends with anybody on the Heat. I say how it is.
You say how it is?
I say how it is.
Okay. Did you also?
I've never been afraid to call out one player on the Heat.
Did you not say after 5 years you guys should?
I was getting some stink faces the other day. I was getting plenty of stink eye from certain players on the team the other day.
That's because you were hacking up and wheezing.
But well, maybe. But like I'm not worried about it. Like everybody knows how I feel.
No. Being a Heat fan, here's the thing. You can still feel the way I feel and be a Heat fan and 305 ride or die. Okay? What I am saying is something that you brought to my attention. And you have brought that to my attention, Payne. This is how Pat Riley thinks.
Just because I'm informed on quotes that he said.
Okay. So now all of a sudden you're okay if he does nothing after what he said about this?
Do nothing. He traded for Terry Rozier. We'll see if it works.
But we're talking about the three guys. We're not talking about Terry Rozier.
I don't know if I don't think they'll pull that trigger this year. I think they'll probably wait till the offseason.
Okay.
If I had to guess.
Okay. I got you.
J-Fig, where are your rats?
I will never be rats off a ship the Heat, okay? I even gave inspiring words to Haywood yesterday.
What did you tell Haywood Highsmith?
Same thing I told Vlad.
You can only do worse?
Yep.
Wow. Well, we know if Haywood goes off tonight, it was Coach Fig.
No, I said break them legs.
Oh. I don't want him to do that. I want him to just stand in the corner and shoot threes.
That comes after.
Marcos, you're a basketball player.
I am, I can speak on my colleagues, fellow basketball players. I am not rats off a ship on the team. They have built up too much equity. They could literally lose every game for the rest of the season, and then they still have my love and faith, unlike those stupid Dolphins and noodle arm Tua.
Jeez, this guy's so rats off a ship on Tua. It's rough. It's rough. That's rats off a ship. Take a break. Back after this.
Yeah. For the first time, it's going.
All right, welcome back. Tobin, Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Taking you up until 2 here on the program. Leroy, give us a weather update from the Demesman and Dover Law Firm. YourAccentAttorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
Let me tell you. It's a little chilly outside. The breeze is light. What a beautiful day. Not a damn cloud in the sky. It's sunny, light breeze out of the northwest at about 5 miles per hour, right? And it's got to be about 60, 65 degrees. Just a beautiful day. Beautiful day. The only thing that makes it suck is it's a Wednesday.
Well, what's wrong with a beautiful Wednesday?
What's up with a
It
beautiful
ain't a Friday, Saturday, or
Thank
Sunday.
you. Thank you.
I'll take a beautiful day any day.
Okay, good. Okay, great.
Wow.
Everybody else knew what I meant. You just being difficult because your Pat Riley takes
I'm
and
fine.
your rats off a ship on the Heat being a lie.
I'm not rats off a ship on the Heat, and I'm fine.
You know what? You know what you sound like? I'm over my ex-girlfriend, but we just went and had lunch.
I'm not over my ex-girlfriend because the Heat aren't on my ex. I'm fine.
LeBron?
I'm gonna tell you that never works out, buddy.
Well, you
We
can't
know
just
with
crop
you.
them out.
Just crop them out.
Don't sip on your coffee after saying that.
It's at the bottom. Man, it took me a long time to drink this.
J-Fig will take you out of a picture like Pac-Man takes out a cherry.
Like that.
Let's get into some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
So Patrick Mahomes is a dad bod, huh?
Did you see it? Wait. Hold on.
He's so insulted by that.
Can I explain something to you? Look at his body. Watch him run. Okay? That shows he got a dad
He
body.
runs well, though.
I expected nothing less than what I saw underneath that uniform.
He runs well.
Okay. And?
He's not Lamar Jackson, but he
right.
can move.
Okay. He can move. He ain't Brock Purdy, who I never thought could run like that, right?
Why is that?
What?
What do you mean? Why didn't you think?
Because I never seen him run.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's why, huh?
Interesting.
I bet that's
Oh,
the only
you say,
reason why, huh?
you say, oh, okay. Oh, I see what you guys trying to do. Look at that. Wow.
Wait, let me take off this little ticker right here. There you go.
He has 0 chest muscles.
He has
Look at that.
chesticles.
Okay.
You look like you need to go make a boo-boo. I ain't gonna lie.
That, ladies and gentlemen,
But wait,
that
can I ask you, why do they have what seems like the local politicians in the room?
I was just thinking that same thing.
Right.
Who are those guys?
Is that guy running for president or something?
That guy looks like he's trying to like tell me, do I believe who my Lord and Savior is?
And guess what? He couldn't be any whiter either.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Intangibles for real.
Really?
I think he's too old to have rosy cheeks. I think at a certain point you gotta just get over it, dude. If you're not fat, you need to get those rosy cheeks off of you.
Okay.
Those guys are questionable though. That guy in the back
behind him too.
impressed.
Yeah.
Not impressed.
Patrick
yeah,
Mahomes tweeted out, "Yo, why they have to do me like that? Hashtag DadBodSZN."
Yeah. Hey,
we're back to that.
Hey, so here's the thing.
Is he a dad?
Can I also say this? He can make fun of that. You know why? Because he's Patrick Mahomes and he don't give a rat's ass what nobody thinks.
I mean, he seems to care a little bit.
I mean, he made fun of it by saying, why y'all had to do me like that? Usually somebody would get offended. That's not offended. He's not offended. Just say, okay, let's have some fun with it. It ain't going to change. Listen, he could show up, right, to the Super Bowl looking like that. Is anybody going to bet less money on Patrick Mahomes?
Nah.
Okay.
I mean, look, he ain't Ben Roethlisberger. He's looking all right.
I mean, yeah. Jeez.
Didn't you say like you need a little something as a QB? You take those hits.
Yeah.
Low science.
I mean, listen.
Little fluff.
Your quarterback doesn't have to be your most fit guy, right? They need to be in some shape. He seems to be in plenty good enough shape to throw the ball or run when he needs to, right? But here's the thing. I'm going to give you some names of guys that had perfect bodies for football. Brady Quinn and Tim Tebow.
Oof.
How did that work out with the great bodies?
Not too great.
Okay.
Deion Jordan, remember that? Deion Jordan was a specimen coming out.
Well,
that's different positions.
Yeah, but we all
I'm
joked
talking about
that
quarterback.
The thing with it was funny with Deion Jordan when he first came out, though, is everybody said that he was kind of lean and needed to do a little bit of juice. And the funny thing was, his sophomore year, he got busted for juice. You're not supposed to take the Finn's Twitter advice seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, well, he had a lot of problems. One
Yeah.
of them wasn't his ability to play football. It was actually getting him to go out and play football. That was the third pick in the draft, too. Yikes.
Sure.
Traded up for that.
Sure was.
Swing and a miss.
You know what sucks, though? I wouldn't be mad that they traded up to get Deion Jordan. What upsets me is you traded up for somebody that nobody else wanted to jump in front of you to get.
You just want to make a splash.
Right. Made a splash.
Oh, yeah. Made a splash, right. Senior Bowl, though. Got to get that beef. Oh.
What do you think? What
Is
do
that
you
what I'm
think?
looking at right now?
With the way too early needs, because I want to say, is it March 1st where the roster gets?
Like the guarantee date and all that? I have no idea.
Yeah, it's somewhere around March. Okay. And they're gonna cut some fat, trim some fat. They are. And we all know
they're going to restructure deals and all that. Like,
that's fine. They've always done that.
Yeah.
But you still got to cut some money loose because you got a couple of guys you need to pay. Right.
Hopefully.
So Christian Wilkins, you got to figure out what you're going to do with Tua, whether you're going to up him now or wait. Right. There's some guys need to be made.
Don't shake your head like that, Marcos.
You said it, dude. This is your take. Just let him play out that last year.
I understand, but you don't have to be so violent about
wait,
that.
Marcos. I didn't say they should or shouldn't. I said they need to decide whether they're going to take care of Tua now or wait a year. Because a lot of times, here's the deal that people don't. Here's why you don't understand why they may take care of Tua now. You ready?
Yeah.
Because the guaranteed money that he's already going to get,
$23 million.
You can move some of that by giving him a longer contract and extending his contract. And that's why they may do that. Because it'll give them some cap relief, even though it seems like Tua is going to be making a lot more money. That's why you do it. That's it. Same reason why you redo contracts, same thing, whatever. But there's some guys that aren't going to be on this team next year.
He's disgusted. Look at him.
Just like, okay, fine, we figured out the money, but extension? We don't even know if this guy can, come on, just let him play out that
Can I
last
ask
year.
you a question?
Yeah.
And you can feel the way you feel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad at you. But here's why I get annoyed. Because everybody is quick to say, not Tua. Who you going to replace him with that's going to be better than what he did?
Don't ask him that because he's going to do his stupid hashtag.
Oh, I'm not. Okay, look. Let's say let's go through the draft. How about we go through the draft instead?
No, because you're starting the process over.
Yeah, but I mean, who else? Who else am I going to go to? One of these old farts? You
don't have a viable solution other than keeping the quarterback who led the league in passing.
Bring me Bo Nix.
Oh Jesus!
No, he sucks. Michael Penix Jr. He's cool. He's cool.
Did you see what Michigan did to him?
Yeah.
And they all ain't gonna play in the NFL. What do you think is gonna happen when you get an NFL pass rush?
They were reading his signs, dude. What do you expect him to do?
They probably were cheating.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what do you expect me to do?
Take a break. Back after this.
15 minutes of heat is sponsored by Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Start the new year in a new ride with no payments for 90 days. Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.com.
Marcus, you could just declare yourself MVP of the lava?
Oh, yeah. Well, of course. I mean, I didn't declare it myself. I was given a trophy. Yes.
That's your MVP trophy?
You were not given no trophy. And let me tell you.
What were you doing, huh? You were over there eating pretzels when I was getting my trophy. You weren't there for the trophy presentation.
Wow.
You weren't there at all.
They were not lying about the
I
life.
was there for the presentation. And let me tell you, those trophies were this small.
Oh, you got an MVP trophy too. That's so crazy.
I think the reward is you guys get to play on an NBA court. I think that's like what they're trying to do there.
Which is what I told them.
Man,
but they didn't play.
We played.
You basically ran around.
The Heat are back in action tonight. They're taking on the Sacramento Kings.
Get ready for a track meet.
Terry Rozier spoke in practice. You got him, Marcos?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Oh, awesome.
I apologize. I was,
He was looking for his trophy.
too busy shining my GOAT trophy.
All right. Well, if you could get the cuts that I texted you, so we can hear from Terry Rozier.
Not a problem.
We'll hear from him what he had to say in the lead up to this. But yeah, you're right, Leroy. Listen, that Sacramento Kings, a lot of offense, fast. Let's see what the spread is. I was very confused the last game
that they were favored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's check Hard Rock. Hard Rock app tonight. The Miami Heat are still favored. That's only 1.5, but still favored.
What's the prop bet? Get some chili peppers going.
Jimmy's over under is 21. Jaime's over under is 10. He's due.
What? Yeah, he's due.
Let's do a little. Let's do a little. What? You can only do 3 from the same team, right? Jimmy over, Jaime over, and what's Bam?
19.5.
Under.
All right.
His hand's gonna be full defensively.
Jeez. Player props. All right, so we want Jimmy over.
I agree that Jaime owes this one at this point. This is his team.
He been an NBA player for 3 minutes.
All right, Hard Rock app.
What did he owe you?
If you go Jimmy,
why you got him being Chris Winky?
Jimmy over, Bam under, Jaime
over
plus 600.
There you go.
Plus 600 for today.
All right. So if I put $10 down,
60
$60. Come on. There's no chili peppers.
Al Macco says this is why we keep losing the mushes. I don't think that we can be blamed for anything. I think once you lose 7 in a row, you got to stare at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah, that one's on you, buddy.
That's on you.
You know what I am a little fearful of, though, based off what we heard from Snippy Spo earlier?
What?
It reminds me of when McDaniel told everybody that it was okay to tell the media, F off, essentially.
Right.
All right. So
they won that game, though.
Okay, they won that game.
They won that game, though. They did. You're talking about the Dallas game.
Yes. It was okay for the media to tell everyone F off in the same way that now Spo is telling everyone that, it's none of their business what we're doing to fix things in the locker room. I'm not sure if that's going to lead to wins, Spo, but, what do I know? I'm just MVP of the league.
You guys want to see what the phone looks like?
Sure.
I kind of do.
Not really.
I'm going to buy one, but I can't. I got to wait till the first, though. I can't. I'm not as cool as Leroy.
Doesn't that look like yours already, Marcos?
It does, but it probably works way better. I want the fold though, Leroy. You kind of
don't.
Got me off the
fold.
You
don't.
So let me get this straight, dude. You're going to green bubbles all of a sudden, so I got to deal with now 2 green bubblers.
Who?
Are you going to Green
I'm
Bubble?
not going to Green Bubbles.
That's for Big Spoon, right?
Oh, so that's
Yeah,
Big
that's
Spoon.
not mine.
I'm just making sure.
I'm
Making sure.
Apple.
Okay, just making sure. Just making sure.
All of my stuff is Apple. I can't switch to a
You
Samsung
said
and
you
have
had a
it.
Samsung TV. You said every TV you had
No,
was Samsung.
yeah. TVs are different. Apple don't
That's
make
different. Very different.
So all of a sudden they get to a phone and they're like, I don't know how to make this anymore. They're so good. And you guys are underselling them. It's like the lava.
You got
Go
Terry
ahead
Rozier
on when
now?
that flip phone keeps cracking in the middle and you got to keep bringing it in. Go ahead.
They're
All
very
right, so
sensitive.
Terry Rozier, much to the theme of everybody, he's like, I want to be myself, but I don't want to step on any toes. Here's Terry Rozier after practice yesterday.
It's like human nature for me. Like I'm a competitor, but like I got respect for those guys in the locker room. So I never been told in a full week this many times to play my game or how to play my game. Like I know how to play my game, but I got so much respect for those guys in there. I don't want to just come in and take them pull up threes. Like it got to happen. You give it time and it got to happen. But like I said, these coaches and the players in there do a great job of getting me up to speed, so everything will fall into place. We just got to stay true to ourselves and not worry about the outside noise.
Calm down. Calm down. Leroy?
Leroy's about to become that outside noise.
Excuse me, Mr. Rozier.
Oh, Jesus.
The reason why you are here is because nobody else could score. So I appreciate you having respect, but I need you to have buckets. Okay? Respect be damn if you ain't winning. Feelings gonna get hurt when guys don't get shots. You want shots? Make shots. You are the fastest thing on the court. I need you to be aggressive.
Yep.
Stop trying to bow down to everybody else. You here to do you, which is unique to what everybody else here has been doing.
I respectfully want you to score buckets.
Yes. Like you see him moving around the court and taking it to the hoop and crossing people over and getting into the paint. I want that.
Me too. Here's Terry Rozier on Spo telling him to use his speed.
Well, yeah, definitely. He mentioned it. He mentioned that I've been doing a pretty good job of racing the ball up the court, and just telling guys that this is how we want to play, and if we could start our plays at 21, 20, 22 on the clock, on the shot clock is it's super helpful, especially with the guys we got. So, I like to push, and that's not going to change, and I'm pretty sure everybody get adjusted pretty fast. Just basically just getting up the court and giving ourselves outlets and options before the defense could get set.
Yeah, then we don't have to deal with this. Ball rolling down the court, guy fixing his shirt, picking it up, and then you got 13 seconds to create a shot. This guy.
Clock doesn't run until you touch the ball. Playing hurt, dude. Give me a break.
Whoa. Hold on.
Talking for 4 hours when you can't talk you're gonna wind down.
Listen to
trying to get through the fourth quarter.
Hold on. Your contributions to this conversation with what has been going on with this basketball team is, and I quote, shot clock doesn't start until they touch it.
It doesn't.
Pretty good.
Okay, but even if it's rolling down the court,
yeah,
the other team is waiting for you.
That's fair.
We like to put some pressure on the other defense.
That's fair.
And I'm going to tell you this. If tonight, if you ain't ready for a track meet, it's going to be 140 to 110 again.
I agree.
They really run.
I just wanted to be clear. Clock doesn't start till you touch the ball.
Can I just tell you? You know what? Just keep it moving. Keep it moving. Just keep moving. Why?
What?
Why are you this way? All the frustrations that have been going on with this team, as much as we love all the guys, and we have put ourselves in unique situations, is that now we feel differently about certain scenarios than we did a year ago or 6 months ago, right? And we've already accepted the fact that there's possible change in the making. And as angry and as irritated as we've been for the last few days, your contribution to the frustration, right? And the frustration you see with your boy talking about the Heat is the clock doesn't start until they touch the ball.
I just want to be clear.
You see what I have to deal with, folks? I just want y'all to understand. I want y'all to understand that when this guy comes in hot, right? Comes in hot. Do I say for a guy who's interested in the Heat winning, you sure have a lot of pictures of Kyle Lowry's ass, right? And not of
Lowry.
Right. Do I get no?
I mean, I'm just.
You are the guy there that would rather take a picture.
I'm not
of
taking
Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry getting ready to take a jump shot because he never took one during the game.
Totally fair.
And try to move the cheerleaders out of the way.
Well, I mean,
doing his job. It was doing his job.
I was just doing my job, boots on the ground.
Respectfully, too.
I love it.
And I wasn't taking pictures.
I think after today's show,
I'm
gonna look at a text. Here's what that text would say. Sorry about today.
Nope.
I was sick. Because what have you done?
That's not gonna happen.
I know it's not. But come on. You think of what you've said today. You've said today you would welcome a trade for LeBron James.
I didn't say that.
Which Tobin?
I didn't say that. I said when he tweets out the time's up hourglass, all I said was interesting.
No, you didn't say interesting. You didn't say interesting. We had a whole conversation about now you would welcome a trade for LeBron James.
I just said yesterday, theoretically, if you saw this disgust that he's had, which is very, very heavy, would you dangle Jaime Jaquez Jr. for LeBron James? Just to see. And I didn't say I wanted to do it or I would do it. I was just throwing it out there to see what the temperature was, and it was frosty. All right, so we don't have to do it. Don't worry about it. Just coming up with a little conversation. 7-game losing streak. You got ideas.
I'll ask you one more time before we get out of here.
Yep.
You think Pat Riley's done making moves?
Yes.
No.
This season we're talking about, right? Before the trade deadline?
Yep. Next week.
Like a real move. Like if they trade somebody for tax purposes. Like a real move.
A move of a guy that's gonna move the needle when he gets here.
Yes, I think they're done.
Wow.
Really?
Leroy, you think we're gonna do something? You get me excited.
Yes.
Whoa.
I just do because you know what I have on my side?
What's that?
Pat Riley's track record.
Ooh. His track record for trading lately has not been very frequent.
Not lately. Because he was under the impression that I'm gonna give these guys 5 years to figure it out.
I know.
And you brought it to my attention.
There was some
after
action.
5 years, Pat Riley has said. And you still think he's doing nothing?
What happened to In Riley We Trust?
I do trust. I trust he's not going to do anything till the offseason. That's all.
Really? Does that look like a man that's not making moves right now?
I don't know.
Oh, he's making moves, dude.
Yeah.
He's making moves.
Tobin's just very fixated on this.
Oh my goodness.
That's all.
That look is terrifying.
At first I overlooked the look because I saw the lady in the alpaca vest.
Of course he did.
All right, well, we're going to talk a little fighting. Austin, no doubt, Trout is going to be in the main event at the Hard Rock coming up. He's taking on Luis Baboon Palomino, fought Canelo. He has been a former junior middleweight champion of the world, and now he's in the bare knuckle game. We'll talk to him coming up next. Very excited to talk to our next guest. You guys know we love the fight game down here. We got a monster coming up on Friday. BKFC putting on a hell of a show. Luis Baboon Palomino, South Florida Zone, is going to be taking on just an electric boxer, former champion, and very excited to have him in the sport as he continues his BKFC career. Austin, no doubt Trout, joining us. Austin, thanks for the time, man. Really appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. I'm happy to be here.
So your first venture successful into BKFC. What led you over here, man? What intrigued you into getting to bare knuckle after so much success in regular boxing?
I honestly, when I first saw it, and this was probably maybe a year or two before I actually got to get in it, I was telling the homies, like, bro, I would fight in that. Like, it's a good old backyard scrap, you know. And I'm from not too many people may know this, but I'm from New Mexico, and that's kind of what we did. That's how I got into boxing. It was that good old desert fighting. So I told them right there, I was like, bro, I would do that if they made a good offer. You know what I mean? Give us the right situation, and then lo and behold, Diego Sanchez in Albuquerque, and I was like, that's the right offer. That's the right fight. And you know, fast forward a year later, I'm going for my title shot, and I couldn't be more excited.
How much, you know, you're so skilled, Austin. Everybody knows that as a boxer. How much prep do you do in a new sport? Because Luis has been doing this for a very long time. He's had a lot of success in BKFC. Are there things that you have to, you know, look for in this so that he's slick at, or are you just kind of focused on yourself and you think your skills being on high stages will carry you in something like this?
I think all of the above. So for first and foremost, there's absolutely a lot of different adjustments that need to be made. And in other boxers that weren't so successful, they thought they could just box their way through to victory. And this is a fight. You know what I mean? Boxing does have a big part of it, but also there's those other intricacies like the holding and hitting and the, you know, the clinch work that if you're not ready, you know, somebody will run you over. And also, if you can't keep somebody off you, they'll just run through your excuse my language, they'll run through your punches. and you know, it's not going to be a good night for you. How to hit, when to sit on your punches, those are different things that I didn't know I needed to know until after my first fight. So we worked on you know, sometimes you got to let them go. Sometimes you need to sit on those things. So there's a lot of adjustments that need to be made. It's not just boxing, but from these adjustments that I've been working on, I figured out, like, I'm pretty good at this stuff.
What is the perfect shot? Like when you hit somebody bare knuckled as opposed to in a championship prize fight, like when you're in your flow, what's the difference? Like, is it, do the gloves, like how much of a difference does it feel like? Can you describe that?
So, you know, and going on the first fight, which I was running the whole fight on adrenaline, which was another thing I liked about it. Is like it got the adrenaline going, you know. It was a killer be killer situation every minute of the round. You know, you can, so I would say that the perfect shot is just where it's placed, okay? In boxing, since you can sit on your shots and you don't have as much repercussions for your hands, you know, they're going to be throwing those bombs and you could hit them, you know, in the temple and the forehead, even in the you know, in the nose, and it could cause problems. In this bare knuckle game, you sitting on your shots and you hit them in the forehead or the, you know, or the temple, you know, you're going to hurt your hand. So it's not necessarily about how hard you hit him, it's about where you hit him and the timing of the punch, right? But the punch I dropped Diego with, it was just an all-arm shot. I just caught him off balance, he came right into it, and I just threw that shot perfectly, right behind, you know, the jaw. And that was probably the shot that hurt my hand the least. All those bombs I was throwing, them joints got my hands hurting. So I was like, bro, I should have just been letting him go and finding that spot. And once you find that spot, you hone into that spot, you know, you can let your hands go for real.
Also, do you picture yourself doing BKFC for a little bit? Or are you going to, you know, go between that and boxing? You boxed pretty recently. Like how do you see that in your fight career going? Do you think this is going to be something that might be the major path or just something to do because you enjoy it and you just love the adrenaline and getting paid for it?
And again, both. I do love it. I really enjoy it. I do want to still do boxing. You know, I still have aspirations in possibly getting another title. I mean, I was ranked in the top 10 in a few classes last year. I believe I still might have one top 10 ranking, but that's only a fight away from changing. But and I'm not counting my eggs. You know, I'm not putting all my eggs in the basket, counting my chickens before they hatch. But as a champion of the BKFC, my obligation would be with the bare knuckle. As a champion, I got to represent. Now, if a great situation pops up in the boxing game, we with it. We with all the smoke, but it's gonna have to be something very, very good because I'm champion. Every fight I fight up from now on, from this fight on, is gonna be a championship fight. So, boxing can't match that. Then, oh well.
Do you have any aspirations of, like, would you like to lure somebody else, some big matchup from boxing to you into BKFC? Like, would that intrigue you? A certain name of somebody who's in the sweet science, say, come on over here with the no gloves on and feel like you guys could do like a major show. Is there a name that would stick out to you?
I would love a rematch with Jared Hurd and both Charlos in the bare knuckle circle. That would be great. Bring them over here. That's a good question. You know, I never even really thought about that. But right off the bat, Jared Hurd and both Charlos. I would love to rematch them. I mean, I want a rematch anyway, but bring it on to the square circle. It'd be even better for me, in my opinion.
That'd be an amazing matchup. I was curious to get your opinion on this, Austin. There was some news this week in boxing. Shakur Stevenson had a tweet that had said he is retired because he's sick of the boxing game, the politics of all of it. Which, again, he's a very skilled guy, as you were, like a very skilled guy. Imagine it's got to be a pain in the ass sometimes to find guys who actually want to fight guys like you who have slick skills. And what is the big frustration of a young boxer in their prime of trying to get people that actually want to fight you, because you'll probably make them look bad because of your skill set?
You know, I dealt with that a lot of my career, and as frustrating as it is, you know, you just basically take what you can. If they're avoiding you, you end up, like, for instance, forcing their hand, beating up everybody that's around them so they have no one else to fight. You know, I think Shakur is giving up way too easy because first of all, he's got top rank. You know what I mean? He has one of the best promotional companies of all time handling him, and they're doing a good job with what they got. They're not doing the best job they could, but they're still doing a good job with what they got. And just him doing all that complaining is not going to make a promoter want to, you know, go to bat for you.
Do you there's obviously a lot of buzz. You fucking out really, really great in that fight. You're like one of these guys they just saw, like, man, you can see the trouble that he gives Canelo and fighters like you. The Terrence Crawford matchup, a guy who's as skilled as Bud is, do you feel like is the size too much to bite off for Terrence Crawford and Canelo at this point in the career, or do you feel like a guy as skilled as him could pull off a win against Canelo?
You know, it seems like it wouldn't work, but the way that Bud Crawford believes in himself, I believe Bud. You know, I do know Bud is strong, and we saw that with Errol Spence, and I said that before. I was like, I seen Bud fold up, a 200+ pound wrestler who was wrestling, and in wrestling, folded him up. You know what I mean? He's a very strong, athletic man. The way he manhandles Spence gets up to Canelo's size. Canelo's not that big. A lot of people got to understand. He's not a natural 168 pounder. He's really, a natural 154. He just didn't want to make weight. And he did he wiped out 54, went to 60, wiped out 60, when, you know what I mean, doing what Bud's doing. So, yes, Canelo has built into that weight in a sense, but, Bud's still strong. I wouldn't say Bud's, going to win that fight, but I will say that he has a great chance of winning that fight.
for you, this one, how do you picture Friday night going against Luis Baboon Palomino? Do you picture this being something that's going to go the distance? You're going to outskill him? Do you think you can finish him? How do you picture the fight in your mind?
I feel like I will have to outskill him, and then I'm going to have to outfight him. By the time we get to that point where I'm outfighting him, how long can he last is going to depend on him. You know, I'm looking for a stoppage. I want to get him out of there by the 4th. If we could get this done within the first round, that would just be great. Because I know he's coming. So hopefully he can just run into some excuse my language. Run into some stuff. But, you know, I'm looking at a 4th, 5th round stoppage. Late stoppage because he is a bull. I mean, he's a baboon.
Austin, no doubt, Trout. We really appreciate the time, man. I can't wait for this fight. This is a hell of a matchup between you. You know, big fans of both of you guys. I think this is a great matchup for BKFC. So can't wait to see it coming up Friday. And if you guys haven't got your tickets, go on over to the Guitar Hotel. I don't know if you've seen the Guitar Hotel. It's pretty badass, Austin. It's a giant ass
it's
guitar.
Cool.
So
cool.
You'll have a great time and enjoy yourself down here, man. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you. Have a good one, man.